How's it going? Hope you guys having a good morning. This is some fresh new art that I am appreciating from our GME. It's posted by KNGSTR, and I just got permission from Mr. KNTSTR to use this on the stream. We got hey friend, I run a YouTube channel. Okay, hold on. Whoops. Hey friend, I run a YouTube channel, and he says, just send me the link, and so I can give it a like. So now I'm just gonna change that thumbnail while some more people file on in. How is it going, guys? Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to GME this morning. When it comes to AMC this morning, but of course this channel is not just about AMC and GME. We have a lot of stonks to talk about. So let me update that thumbnail. Heck yeah, this is a cool thumbnail. And away we go. Let me give this link away so that Mr. Person who made this thumbnail can like the stream. And we gotta say good morning to some of you guys. We have the live chat right here, and we have words to cover. We got Stuart Lewis, we got JL, we got Lord Weird in the house, we got John P, Air Nano Mask, we got Meatball, he's already sleeping, we got Macau, Mike Chung, we got Bradley Coors, Stone Monkey, Roger Cruz, we got Zeke Santiago. We guys are starting to talk at 4 a.m. Oh, I guess it's 4 a.m. my time. It's about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ricky Dark, FU. We got Zeke. I got Asphalt. Good morning, all of you. And away we go. We already have 130 people. I haven't ever started this early before. I got my big old stein, and we are going to look at pre-market action right now. And the pre-market, GameStop had 2% down, roughly 2.75% down, but it was up 18% yesterday. So we are doing good. We are doing good, and we are with you every day, giving you the best in financial investment information, education. And speaking of which, who else feels that they have learned so much from stocks about this? I think it's unbelievable the amount of financial education the younger generations are expected to exposed to in these last 6 months. Rewind to 2019, they couldn't have commented on anything. And the shift that has taken place during all of this and the information on this process that used to live with the boomers exclusively is fantastic. The shift that has taken place during all of this and the information on this process that used to live with the boomers exclusively is fantastic. Love that. Moving forward, the younger generations are going to have to put their finger on the pulse and be there to help move the market as a whole forward. And yeah, this is true. This is a financial education channel. We are here to talk about financial education. We got a couple more DDs from our GME and from our Wall Street to talk about. We got, remember, Citadel admitted that GME price would be in the thousands. Remember this, if they actually covered their short positions, if 500 was the peak, if this stock was crashing, then they wouldn't do so much FUD media propaganda, and they wouldn't be blocked the buying. The stock wouldn't have bounced back to $200, and they wouldn't lie under oath. It does seem like a conspiracy theory, which is why, as always, I gotta say, do your own research. All 200 of you guys, do your own research. Remember to be smart about your financial decisions, because I am not a financial advisor and I cannot give you financial advice. However, my name is Andrew, and this is the Andrew Money Show, where we have Professor Meatball, the Corgell graduate, and it's time for us to do some research, to learn from each other, and let's keep looking through the live chat. So we got Stuart Owen saying, let's go. Ultra Saiyan Johnny, good morning. Jarek Jarzik, aka Brody's dad. Hey, bro, how's it going? Jack O'Hara. Andrew, what's your take on the huge dip in Canon Creative Scan and subsequent comeback in the last 2 days? Ooh, what ticker is that? Let's look at that. Mickey Blue Eyes, Mads August Jacobson. Oh, Lord Weird says, any of you did your DD on Riot blockchain? Oh, interesting. Okay, we should look at that. Y2 Woody, Margarita, Scooter McDuder, John P, Large Oof, William Moore, Ted Sirius, and Dur Walk. Good morning. Thanks for your grind. Stay hydrated. Yo, I got you, man. Look at this Look at this big old stein. You've helped me motivate to change my mindset about investing, and I've committed to achieving financial independence by 50. Let's do it. Hey, fire is a real movement, and we are about to get it on. It's Donkey Kong. Let me just move this a little bit, and let's cover a little bit of DD. Now, a little bit of research that I want to do is cover this. So we have a from user Ken Fabio Yo. This is a member of the show. This is because he pressed the join button down below, and he sent me 2 days ago when GME was at its highest, 420.69. Now that is just good luck. This is from January, and honestly, user submissions like this keeps the show going. So I appreciate Ken Fabio Yo so much for sending this over. And speaking of memes, this person is going to tell his kids that this was Jesus, and I think honestly I am too. So this is Jesus Christ. Do not be fooled. And finally, we're going to go to WallStreetBets to look at a little more DD. I actually want to do some DD from the last 24 hours. So let me just look at the best daily. Alejandro Tamayo. Hey. Use the BlockFi link. That's because you have to have enough funds in your first 30 days and keep that there for a certain amount of time. Let's see, Lords of the Tape, Lords la Thapel. Hope GME tanks to 40 today. Huh. I think a lot of people are going to be against that prediction. Let's see, crossing option strike price immediately follow up volume. Okay, interesting. We got more research about RKT. Let me zoom in on this. Why RKT is a good play. Why do I keep spilling water all over myself? Bad water. The case for GME through analysis of Pokemon. If you guys are just joining in, I don't ever stream this early. I am usually starting right at market open, and we have about 30 minutes until market proper opens. Industry players. Again, GME. Okay, the case for GME through the analysis of Pokemon. That's pretty cool. Where's the Gamma Squeeze? This is kind of interesting. Okay, so that's the where's the Gamma Squeeze DD. I need to change this so that it gets a little bit easier to show. GME Jesus, that's right. Good morning, Andrew. My favorite Professor Meatball. Thank you, Momita Roy. Let's see. Bradley Coors. It should go up from here. It maintains trend and attempt to push out the market. We got Ken Fabio Yo. Hey, what's up? We just showed your cool meme here. I'll show it again. Look at that. Boom, 420.69. That's a real nice number to be able to close out GME on a high. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, where's the Gamma Squeeze? We got GME direct correlation, crossing the strike price, and immediately follow up volume DD. You like that? Seems pretty meaty. Let's see, industry players again. Thought I would have a quick run through of the mid-February 13 Fs to see the big positions against GME. Okay, interesting. We'll go through some of this. And then the case for GME through the analysis of Pokemon. I think that's kind of fun, although this is not a very long DD. And tell people that this is Jesus. If you guys are just joining in, we are just picking through the WallStreetBets DD and making sure that we are keeping our eye on the pre-markets. GME is down 2.5% in the pre-market. That's basically not a ton of volatility, and AMC is down 0.65%. Oh man, GME AMC do dilly. 3/1/11/30 EST short borrow rates. Okay, this is just a breakdown. Carnival Cruise Lines. Which call contracts creates the best chances for a Gamma Squeeze? Let me just hear how my volume sounds right now. Breakdown. Perfect. There is a good amount of You're right, there's a good amount of white noise. I'm going to do this. It's because my fan is so loud over here. I'm going to try to move it here. And I'm going to see if that fixes anything. Okay. Meatball 2024, very fair. Andrew, what do you think about the merge of Tilray and Afria? Afria and Tilray, if it does merge, it becomes a pretty big power couple, if you imagine that. Afria has the most well-organized Canadian cannabis company, and Tilray has one of the best brands. And being able to consolidate underneath Tilray's brand is a pretty good idea. Now that said, if this merger goes through without a hitch, it would be a big team up. However, people are starting to call that into question. Let's see. We got Fisker, DD, SS. Oh, another reason why SSR won't make a difference today. Okay, so let's look at the GME direct correlation crossing option strike price and immediate follow-up volume. Okay, so we can all agree that most technicals are out of the window. Let us see if my volume gets better. Look at the GME direct correlation crossing option strike price and immediate follow-up. That sounds way better, if I can be honest. Let's see. Alejandro Tamayo, Lord of the Andrew, are you gonna make a separate video on CCIV X Lucid Motors? I did already about the general EV sector. Just go ahead and go back like 10 videos, and there's a whole video about the EV sector. Okay, so let's do a quick thought about direct crossing option strike price and immediate follow-up volume. We can all agree that most technicals are out of the window. Track your MAs and MACD all you want, but unless you're day trading, that isn't going to do shisa to tell this story right now. Today, I've seen a whole new wave of people dropping pure misinformation and demonstrating an overall lack of understanding in the most basic of trading knowledge. Instead of shutting these people away or making them feel dumb, I wanted to take an abstract look on how this general idea could actually become a positive indicator. They don't know anything about finance or anything along those lines, but they like looking at numbers. If you like numbers, this is for you. If you're looking for advice, they have none to offer at all. So anyway, the most people are in the general agreement that the spike last week was covered by a market maker delta hedging. The price movement started right when the price hit $55. $55 reduce. And I am taking ticker suggestions today, so we have one for VACQ from DHands. Oh, I like that. I like that username. So, looking at the options chain last week, keep in mind these numbers were taken right before close and will exclude any contracts exercised prior. There were a total of 18,000 and change contracts in the money at $55, or 1,800,000 shares. The volume in the preceding 5 minutes jumped to over 4 million shares. The movement that led to a closing saw the price touch $90. Looking at the open interest of contracts with strikes of $56 to $90, we have an additional 22,000 contracts in the money, or 2 million shares. The next candle follows this trigger, jumped to a volume of 18 million. Looking at the chart, this pattern continues with a larger than normal spike following new each milestone strike price until Friday, that is, although a good portion of the volume was renewed hype and FOMO, with some institutional assistance a la Bruce's thesis. This was a steady pattern that indicates hedging of some degree on Wednesday and Thursday. I think they're talking about Uncle Bruce. If you guys didn't check out that Uncle Bruce Trey collaboration yesterday, that was hype. I was stuck at work, but they did invite me through email. I missed my chance, but I'm making another collaboration attempt with Trey this week, so be prepared on Trey's channel, Gorilla Gang. I know you're out there. Like this video for sure, and let's keep going. Now the fun part, you smooth brains have been waiting for. Today we saw similar action at $120. Once it held on the candle for a moment, there was an immediate spike to more than 2 million in volume. At $120, there are 29,960 contracts in the money. Looking at the data from last week and this week, we see that those spikes correlate directly with the number of in-the-money contracts, using 224 as an example. I'll admit this is very speculative. Although it is data-driven, the sample size is too too small and my patience is too thin. And using these jumps to a point of reference, we may know where to drive algo-driven volume. To recap real quick, with today's close at $120, there are 30,000 weekly contracts in the money. You'll notice that the spikes correlate with 3,000 plus jumps in the money open interest, means that we'll see a spike if we cross 125 heading into 130. Oh wait, that is exactly what happened today. Okay, yeah. Let me look at the minute chart. Look at the 5-minute chart actually. So we did see a high yesterday, right at the opening bell at around 123 and change, and 119 towards the end of the day. Let's see, we got people talking, waking up, Zion Visionary, yo Andrew, yo Meatball, what's going on, Magic Code, we got Always Learning, Adric, we got Zach Root, Michael Morgan, we got Corey Philbrook, have you discussed how inaccurate Endgame DD was? That was the most accurate, that was the most recent video that I uploaded, and yes, I did. Unfortunately, a lot of Josh's DD, it has been called into question. He's not going to defend himself because he is taking a long hiatus, well-deserved, taking a break with his dog. So that's the issue right now, is that we had a date in mind, and I've not been very comfortable with having a date in general, because that one puts a lot of paper handlers and retail investors under a false sense of comfort and security, and that is just going to mess up with expectations. It is the thief of joy, and that's why we are worried right now. I'll admit this is very speculative. It is data driven. The sample size is too small and my patience is too thin. So let's look. Too long didn't read my theory. Organically reaching new in-the-money strike causes algo-based hedging and an immediate spike in volume proportionate to the number of new in-the-money calls. Also, the domino theory is correct. Based on hedging volume surrounding additional in-the-money options, breaking $140 should propel it to $150, which will be like dropping a match in a puddle of rocket fuel. This isn't actual DD, just medication making me sexually attracted to numbers, and it helps when people watch. Okay, I didn't say that. So we're looking through some good morning pre-market DD. Professor Meatball is with you. I am with you. Me checking my my smooth-brained volume. Helps when people watch. Okay, I didn't say that. That sounds good. Morning. What's up, Nimbus? Morning MBA's Meatball Army. Let's get going. Okay, we got Jarek Jarzak. That was a great video. Josh and Andrew had a great show over the weekend. Andrew, have you found the AI with good code that can predict meatball squeeze? The meatball squeeze of GME. Meatball, are you squeezing GME? So the two problems, let me cover the problem with AI real briefly. I'll just use my face for now. The problem with AI predictions is that two reasons how AI could be wrong. One would be the parameters, which is just what data gets put in. Now, the main problem with inputting parameters is that you could likely put in like irrelevant or perhaps correlated information that doesn't actually end up being a good predictor, and that's something that we test in data science, which is X, Y, and Z variable actually a good predictor or a good metric? And so most of the times it's hard to tell, and even if you can tell with pretty high accuracy, you're likely going to have data drift. And data drift is the idea that data sometimes just doesn't conform to your expectations over time because of moving trends, or because the data, it was never actually that consistent, and the variability or the standard deviation is it was a little bit greater than you thought. So that's the first problem. Your parameters could be wrong. Your second thing is that your hyperparameters could be wrong. The model that you choose and the machinery inside the model that takes in all of the juicy parameters, the normal data, the input, you could ultimately get the wrong kind of model built, even if you chose the right type, the logic of model to begin with. And in machine learning, you can probably heard of nearest neighbors, you probably heard of logistic or linear regression, you probably heard of different classification types like random forest, or maybe even more complex like neural nets. The type of model can be wrong. Even if the type of model is right, you could choose the wrong hyperparameter. So even if I see the code and I'm like, okay, this is what you chose for your parameters, your model, and your hyperparameters, I still would have trouble believing that this is exactly the right type of indicator. And actually, there's a pretty easy gut check that we covered on the yesterday's Counter DD by Anchored Stone, which is, hey, can you plug in the data from before the gamma squeeze last week and see if it happens? Can you plug in the data before the gamma squeeze in January and see what happens? If you can predict those gamma squeezes, if you can predict the price behavior, then your model should be at the very least working-ish, right? But if you can't do that, if you can't show us proof of work, then we can only assume that your model, especially if you're not showing us any code, is defunct. It doesn't actually represent what reality is, and predictions are oftentimes as fickle as that. Okay, Nick Gangley, what's going on with GME? It's pre-market. GME is down 2.5% pretty consistently. Since I've been here, it's been basically a tiny little pre-market dip. There seems to be a sell-off at oh boy, what is this? We got in pre-market as low as $115. Let me just do some pre-market analysis. So we closed at 120. It had a pretty major sell-off towards after hours, and we dropped all the way to $111. That's basically, since we were up 18% on the day, we dropped down 10% more, and then we saw a breakout point from that dollar amount of $114 all the way up to $119. So that would have put us pretty much back to where we started when market closed. However, there had been a minor sell-off that dropped us down to 115, and now we are hovering right around 117, which is 2% and change down on the market close. David French says Trey is talking about Angelo Money on his channel. I love Trey. We gotta make this collaboration happen, Trey. Trey showed up on my live stream yesterday. It was a dream come true. I love that. We just got 100 likes, which means we gotta give Meatball a treat. Gotta give Meatball a treat. Every like goes to feed a hungry Meatball. If you are in here, fellow Ape Nation, you gotta give Meatball a like, because he is patiently waking up in the morning trying to get his daily bread every day, just like you guys. So that's what we're grinding for. That is what we're grinding for. So Trey replied to you, come on, dip GME, check your email. Oh shoot, I hope he didn't dox my email. No, I'm just kidding. That's Angelo Business. That's just the business email that I use. Let me keep a look at this. So we're still doing some DD. I'm gonna check my email right now, and make sure that you are looking at the industry players again in GME. Okay, so he responded. He says, works perfect. Let's plan around sometime around 4 to 5 p.m. I'll send you a link later. Heck yeah. Is he on the? Is he on? Which coast is he on? Heck yeah. Will that be PST or EST? Either way, I'm game. I'm game, Trey. Either way. Okay, so at some 4 p.m., 5 p.m., either EST or PST, we will see you there. Thomas, thank you for the super. I don't quite understand who's gonna pay if the price on GME gets really high. If Citadel goes broke, what's up then? I had Josh, the illustrious Hey It's Pixel man, who did a lot of good research for us, but unfortunately had some data that may have been misconstrued or perhaps found in bad faith. But I don't think Josh intended to find bad data. The answer that he provided, I already uploaded on the channel. I'm uploading small 90-second snippets from the interview that I did with him over the weekend, and he said insurance, right? Insurance, a lot of these companies are insured. A lot of these assets, a lot of these stocks are insured, and therefore we should be covered in a good amount. There's a tier, a triage basically, of people who would pay, and people have done DD before. Even if GME goes up to the high thousands, there is plenty of money in insurance to pay us out. Okay. Unless, okay, so Andrew Tight, subbed. That's tight, Andrew. Thank you so much. He just joined the Meatball Army, the MBA. You just got yourself an MBA. Cardi, man, I got a new laptop with touchscreen, so I can easily like all the videos. You gotta be like Cardi. You gotta be like Cardi and give Meatball a treat. We are trying to pass 200 likes so that Meatball gets a treat. Trey is in Central. He's in Minnesota, so that's Central time. That means that we will see you guys at what is that? Either 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. PST. So that's we're gonna make time. It's gonna be 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. CST. And that's the story. We're sticking by it. Eric Sutton, thank you for the super. Lowered my GME average to $244 yesterday. Got a total of 135 shares now. And please give that cute doggo another treat. Getting my Porgy puppy in 3 weeks. Eric, please tell me what you're gonna name your puppy, because Meatball's gonna be a godfather now. Meatball, you're a godfather to all corgi puppies everywhere. Here's a straight up treat for Eric's super chat, and we're gonna have another straight up treat for Thomas's super chat, and then we're gonna have another treat for Taha's super chat. Try to get an interview with Uncle Bruce by super chatting him. Feed the dog. Thank you, Taha. Now, Uncle Bruce, that's a different beast entirely. I think, do I have his email? I probably don't. I don't likely have his email, but I would like to collab with him. By the way, do you have Uncle Bruce's email? By the way, Uncle Bruce mentioned he would be interested in a collab too. Could I bother you for his email when you get a chance, brother? Smiley face. Okay, let's see if Trey responds to that. Oh boy, Andrew Tite, what are you guys thinking for AMC? I'm kind of new and got in at $10. I've been watching it for the past few weeks. AMC has a pretty good outlook in terms of pandemic easing up. Now let's look at AMC after hours. It had a very similar dip. However, it certainly did not dip a whole 10%. It started at $9.17, dipped to $9 flat. That's about a dip of like less than 3%, and now it saw a high of $9.26 and is floating around -5%. Basically, just not much volatility at all, hovering around that support resistance line of $9.14 that I drew before. Honestly, AMC was $10 earlier on in last week. That was because of news that theaters are going to reopen in about a week, and now it's even closer to theaters reopening. So generally, you have a good chance of AMC seeing some real value growth because people are just going to go back to the movies. GME, on the other hand, is mainly based around economic principles of overshorting, of how the call options might be in the money as GameStop continues to rise in price, and of course all of the other DD, some of which has been busted, that Josh has created. Lord Weird, in about 12 minutes the market opens and you'll see that green number moving. Thank you, Lord Weird, for answering questions in the comments. Yes, in about 12 minutes the market will open, and then you will actually see some real movement on this big green number. However, if you want to see some pre-market action, the number is moving in this red number directly below. Good morning, says David Hall. How's it going? Good morning, says Deborah. This is a way for me to be able to stream a little longer because I do have a strong cutoff at 9 a.m. PST. So we still have a full solid 3 hours with the Meatball Army, and that's why we are blessed to be here. However, this is a way to get me up above 1,000 viewers before we get into market open. I think that's a good way to open the day, don't you guys think? Thank you for spending your morning with me. I really do appreciate it. Packer R, thank you for the super. I'm reactivating Robinhood, so when Robinhood IPOs, I can short Robinhood using using its own app. Inception, baby. You are a ruthless, but very dramatically ironic man. Thank you so much for the super. Hey, Andrew, new subscriber here. Hi, Meatball. What's up, J-Dog? J-Dog, you see that? That's another dog right there. You got a brother. We have some DD that we want to cover before market opens. I just want to be able to cover the most important news. I'm also going to take a look at I'm going to take a look at my subscriptions right now to see who else is live streaming. Okay, Matt, of course, he woke up. He's in the house. Matthew, Perry, Bruce. Oh my God, Uncle Bruce, big man on campus, giving out the theories. Okay, so let's look at this. So the industry players again in GME. We have about 9 minutes until market opens, so we gotta read this fast. Though I would have a quick run of through of the mid-February 13 Fs to see who has the big positions against GME. Here is the list if anyone is interested. It covers everyone with positions over $30 million. They know that the majority of this has already been quantified elsewhere, but wanted to make sure, as don't like to trust information unless they see it themselves. As always, this is not financial advice. Good morning, 1,100 of you. Paula says, came here from Trades Live to hear about GME. Well, here we can talk about GME right now. Here are the industry players again, GME, I guess against GME. It is, thank you for the super, Finequity Labs. Hey Andrew, great content. If I have a $55 call option, if the price increases drastically, do you think I can sell the call option? Gosh, I haven't really played with selling call options, but hopefully someone in the chat can answer that question. But thank you for the super. Let's give WeBull a treat. Yum, yum, yum. Depends on when it expires too, so tell the chat when it is going to expire. It is said that if you know your enemies and know yourself, you will not be imperiled in 100 battles. If you do not know your enemies but do know yourself, you will win one and lose one. If you do not know your enemies nor yourself, you will be imperiled in every single battle. Is this Sun Tzu or? I guess that's Sun Tzu. This then leads me down the path of looking who holds big positions against EXRT and some of the other ETFs that hold massive positions in GME. Surprise, it's all the same people. I guess if I went down the rabbit hole of all the ETFs that hold GME, it would be the same thing. Thing is, even in massive ETFs like the iShares Core, S&P Small Cap ETF, some of these people have very high positions against. Biggest surprise to me was to see UBS and Citigroup in there. These guys definitely fit into the too big to fail category. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make this a real video because we have about 7 minutes before the market opens. Okay, so bear with me, guys. 1,200 of you, smash that like button. Make sure to stay until the end because we got a long, healthy session here. Theo says stream goes off. All viewers come to Andrew. Baby, this is why Gorilla Game and the Meatball Army are best friends together. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the show. We are chilly. We are bundled up because GME is about to get cold. It's about to be market open in about 7 minutes. So we are looking at that price. It is currently hovering around 3% down on the pre-market, but it's still a healthy 18% up on the day. So I think we're going to be okay. From yesterday's day, we have the industry players against GME that I want you to cover so that you understand who the enemy is. Because if you don't know the enemy, how do you even know yourself? It is said that if you know your enemies and know yourself, you will not be imperiled in 100 battles. If you do not know your enemies but do know yourself, you will win one and lose one. If you do not know your enemies nor yourself, you will be imperiled in every single battle. So be sure to both know yourself and know this channel by smashing that subscribe button, making sure that bell button is hit so that you don't miss out on a single live stream, as well as informative videos just like this. So this then lead me down the path of looking who holds big positions against XRT and some of the other ETFs that hold massive positions in GME. Surprise, it's all the same people. Guess if I went down the rabbit hole of all the ETFs that hold GME, it would be the same story. Thing is, even in, thank you Scooter McDuder for the super chat. Thing is, even in massive ETFs like iShares Core, S&P Small Cap ETF, some of these guys have positions that are very big positions against. Biggest surprise to me was to see UBS and Citigroup in there. These guys definitely fit into the too big to fail category. If you see any reason why the entire market shares when GME goes up, just look at the market value of all positions of these organizations. What you have to remember is that when some of these organizations unwind their positions, the algos follow and it has an amplification effect. Billions of dollars of positions being unwound can amplify into the tens of billions very easily due to HFT trying to get
a edge. You also have to remember that these positions are most likely way under what it actually is, mostly down to the fines for misreporting being pitiful. If you can't be bothered to look at the information below, the big bosses, here we go, let's name them, Melvin, Citadel, and Susquehanna, SIG. I would even go as far as to say that Susquehanna would be the final boss. Guess what? SIG might also has a market-making arm called G1 Execution Services, dirty fingers across the same pies as Citadel. Guess who also owns 4 million puts totaling $85 million and 4 million calls of 84 million in RKT? You are right, SIG. And that's that RKT video is also something that I decided to compile together, so check that out if you haven't yet. Let us show you this line from Wikipedia about them. Poker and other games are an important part of SIG company culture. The founders and senior traders believe that poker teaches lessons on decision making under conditions of uncertainty. SIG hosts an internal poker tournament annually and has even used poker as a recruiting tool. The company employs Bill Cohen, a World Series of Poker star, in its quantitative trading group. Hey, so if you also think that gambling is fun and the world is just your oyster for the rich people, then you should join the SIG company culture. Anyway, the idiots on TV may say that we are turning the market into a casino. However, we as shareholders are up against a company that has been bluffing as a core part of its trading strategy and company culture. Anyway, here's the list. Melvin Capital, 6 million GME puts, $111 million in puts, and 22 billion market value of all positions. We have the same thing for SIG, very similar breakdown that you can read right there. We have UBS Group, AG. Obviously, this is in decreasing order of stake inside and against GME. We have Group 1 Trading, we have Citadel Advisors, we have Citigroup Inc., we have Wolverine Trading, Maple Lane Capital. Now go ahead and give this Reddit user some love for building this DD together. And if you wanted to continue investing in yourself as the bell is about to open in just 2 more minutes, then I would recommend grabbing a subscribe button on your way out the door, hitting that like button so that more apes can find this video, and giving Meatball a treat by pressing one of the links down below. You have a couple of options. You can press the WeBull link, which is the technical application that I use to do all of my technical analysis. That's how I'm doing it during the live chats. And look at the live chat. Look at how they're friendly they are. This is the best, most friendly community that we can possibly provide here on the interwebs. And also we have the BlockFi link that gets you $250 free in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is constantly going to be a long-term hold for you and your kids kids' kids. So in my opinion, BlockFi is the way to go. It gets you 8.6% APR interest on your Bitcoin. So go get it. And finally, just by tuning into each of these videos and live streams, you are helping out a ton. So I appreciate a ton for now, but not for forever. Hope you guys have a nice day as market is about to open. If you did want to stick around for 1 more minute, I think we can just breathe in the beautiful market open. And for now, but not for forever, peace. Okay, good morning, guys. 1,500 of you. It seems like GameStop is on track to open with 3% down, opening at perhaps $116. Ashton says, Meatball's so nice, I love him. He is very, very nice. We have a super that we missed from Scooter McDuder. In 08, dad was diagnosed with cancer, 10 plus years remission now. He had to cash in his retirement in that market. If 100K isn't a meme, I'm buying him a boat. Yes, Scooter McDuder, thank you. Oh man, thank you so much. We'll do it for dad. That's the new hashtag for this channel. Do it for data. That's the new hashtag of this channel. We just created it right now, thanks to Scooter McDuder. Market is open. The floodgates are open. Hashtag do it for data. We have GameStop coming out pretty hot at all of the small minor dip that it faced in pre-market. It seems to have clawed back pretty quickly. So the open was at 116, that was 3% down, but now it is already basically back to that 118, 119 number. Of course, the volatility when the market opens is always to be expected, but we are looking at GameStop try and struggle to claw back up to that 120 resistance and support level. Now, we've been noticing that for a while. It's been struggling. It's been struggle bussing to try and cross $120. So that's why at the gates we are interested in how it is performing. Let the game begin. Harry Lewington says, did you get back to trades? Yes, we are setting up something for either 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Pacific Time. So that's going to be exciting. Oh, big agua. Hashtag do it for data. We got Nick Gangley, AMC crashing, but it will recover. AMC, I wouldn't say 1% is a crash. It closed around $9, and that's why we are being supported by that $9.14 level of resistance and support. Although it did have a momentary lapse up to $8.90. That is a drop. That's a pretty nifty drop, but it's not significant by any means. That's not even 10%. Okay, so GameStop currently still following a pretty significant sell-off of $113 right now, down to 6%. This is just morning volatility, so I wouldn't think too much into it. Of course, GME is heavily supported by a $100 support and resistance line down below. So even if it drops $10 more, it should be supported at 100. We see that the RSI is dipping pretty quickly, and if it crosses the 30 RSI threshold, it may be in risk of being oversold. Stonk Symposium, make it happen. We do want to make it happen. We want to get Uncle Bruce in here. We want to get trades in here. One day we want to get Meet Kevin in here. Wouldn't that be cool? Fat Daddy Stacks, appreciate you, brah. Keep up the great work. I owe Meatball 2 treats, one for Scooter McDuder and one for you, Fat Daddy Stacks. Remember, hashtag do it for data. Scooter McDuder's dad was diagnosed with cancer in 2008, and now we're doing it for data. Do it for Duder's data. So we got, guys, dips are supposed to happen. Be careful. You have to expect the sell-off. Let's see. Is there any way to look up previous SEC interventions to try and get an idea of general price per share where they say nope? Anybody got sources for this? Now, SEC hardly ever tries to intervene when it comes down to like just regular activity. They usually only step in if it's like fraudulent or manipulation activity. So that's a good question. And even Josh had two thoughts about this, which is if the price gets too bad in either direction, SEC probably won't step in unless there needs to be some bailing out or some sort of support necessary. Look, we dropped to our lowest of $112, and now we are right back up, floating pretty at 117. Seems like we also momentarily saw a crazy breakout to 121, obviously rejected at that point, and now we are still hovering at $117. Hashtag do it for data. Let's see. We got Matthew Curry, Jose Cervantes, we got Eyes Wide Shut, we got Christian Flores, we got Sube, we got Winston White, Isaac Cortez, Sirius 33, and Justin 4Q. How's it going, guys? Good morning. We read some important GameStop DD this morning. We also have some Pokemon analysis for GameStop. Oh shoot, look, GameStop is up there. We're off to the races, $124. That's 3% up. Now we are feeling good. That's because we got the big old Stein. That's because we got Meatball in the back. Oh, you know what? We should get a dog in here as well. A lot of you have sent me your dogs. It's gonna keep the momentum up for us. So we got Instagram, Andrew Mo Money. Send me your dogs, and let's look at whose dog we should check out today. Some of you has sent me dogs back on Thursday, so we need to. Oh my God, this is like dogs from like years ago. So 2 treats for Professor Borkmaster. This is Luke Skybarker from Bobby_Flow. This is Bobby Flow, and this is Luke Skybarker. Cutest name for a dog, very adorbs, and now is going to grace our live stream. Okay, send me your dogs, guys. I want to see them. Dogs. Dogs only. If you send me anything else, I will know. Do not send me anything that's not a dog. I did something wrong. There we go. I wanted to do this. I wanted to transform this. If you guys are just joining us, we are looking at some pretty high volatility for GameStop. It is up 1.5% after being down 3%, so it's roughly at market close price from yesterday. We like the stock a ton, but we are getting concerned that today might be a day for market manipulation, or at the very least, it might be a day that paper handlers are going to lose confidence in the stock and this cause a pretty significant sell-off. If there are dips, this is a normal process of the stock. However, if you are getting scared, hey, we're not trying to tell you any financial advice here, so it's all up to you. In fact, if you paper hand now and you were going to paper hand before, good. It's probably good that we're shaking off some paper handlers that can't stomach it. Not that you can't be part of the meatball army, but it's most likely that you weren't going to be that helpful for the final squeeze anyway. Essentially, if we are playing a big Prisoner's Dilemma and we have only good apples that would hold and diamond hand, that is going to be significantly better than finding out that we have a pretty big batch of paper handlers in the mix for this Prisoner's Dilemma that's going to take like thousands of different cooperative parties. Thank you, Stevie55, for the super. Loving the RuneScape Gold real-life diamond hands. Thank you so much. Let's give Meatball a delicious treat here. Every like goes to feed a hungry Meatball. It seems like we hit 400 likes. That means that we're gonna have to give Meatball 3 whole treats. 1 for 200 likes, 2 for 300 likes, and 3 for 400 likes. There we go. Every like goes to feed a hungry Meatball, so go ahead and smash that like button and keep looking at this dog. His name is Luke Skybarker. GameStop is currently still fluctuating pretty dramatically, and it is up 1% and change. AMC is in the same exact place, so we're seeing some pretty, if albeit marginal, but pretty nice green between our 2 favorite stocks. Of course, this channel is not just to look at GameStop and AMC. We also want to be able to take ticker requests. So if you guys do have a ticker you want me to look at, go ahead and drop it in the live chat right now. Okay. 11B 2009. I'm just looking for a fat dip. Brown Munda, let them dip. My bank is loaded and ready. Oof. Scott H, what platform am I using? Well, that platform I'm using is WeBull. And if you wanted to get yours, in the description down below is a link, and you can grab it for free. And not only free, they'll pay you. They'll give you 2 free stocks to use this tool that I'm currently using. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Hayden says, I'm a Scatman, epic song. That's true. I love that song. My mom thinks you're always saying, send me pictures of your dongs. That is not what I'm saying. I never request pictures of dongs. Some of you have sent me pictures of dongs, and I do not like it. Please send me pictures of dogs instead. Thank you. Oh, man. AMC and GME to the moon. Okay, so we got some ticker request RKT. I have a whole video of RKT ready to pull the trigger on. I'm going to do an RKT analysis anyway as well. We have CCIV analysis. Hopefully you guys aren't diamond handing in CCIV, because CCIV is a completely different beast. It had a massive sell-off earlier on. Oh, it actually looks okay. Wait a second, where did that sell-off go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, whoa, excuse me. So it had that massive sell-off at $64. That was the point of resistance that I put out, and then it had a support level at $26. That's down like 60%. I mean, of course, I'm also down 60% on GME, but so who am I to judge? But when it is currently now middling, the RSI is at around 40. It's pretty bearish at the moment in a sea of green. You might just have some significant FOMO if you are still in CCIV. However, the FOMO is real if you haven't gotten your $250 free of Bitcoin yet. 49,387. Bitcoin is here to stay. It's really important that you guys invest in your future. Bitcoin is the way. This is the way. We have Fubo and Heilin. Let's look at Fubo and Heilin. Fubo TV, and Helion. So we got Fubo. Let's look at Fubo in like maybe a 5-minute chart, 30-minute chart. Okay, seems like a fat sell-off here. Rejected at $43, but it did climb all the way to 43 in the after hours. So it seems like that's playing with money that isn't even theirs to begin with. That's what after hours and pre-market feels like. We have let's look at some news. A Tesla rival sees $220,000 Hypertruck hitting road soon. Why is it called a Hypertruck? That's pretty dope. So we have Helion shares popping 4% on Healy's disclosure. Okay, maybe we want to read this. We also have what can I say about this chart? Let me look at the daily. If you guys are just joining us, we are looking at stock, any kind of stocks. We are also going to keep an eye on AMC and GME, of course, as always. AMC and GME is up respectively just about 1%, so there's some marginal growth there for you. Thank you, Eric Hudson, for my first yen super. Thank you so much. I miss Japan so much, but of course, when I got to Japan, I got the JR pass and I visited like 7 cities in the course of like 7 days. Tokyo to Nagano to Kyoto to Osaka to Nara. In Osaka, we actually saw sumo wrestling. Went all the way to Nagasaki and no, sorry, not Nagasaki. Hiroshima and then Miyajima, and then Bunny Island. So that counts as the 7 cities. That's 7 places. What's my prediction on Cardano for the next few months? Yeah, I haven't actually touched Cardano yet, so let us cover it. Cardano. So I have a Hylian. I have a Hylian article that I pulled up that seems interesting. So I haven't forgotten about Hylian, but Cardano. Cardano is a. Hold on a second. Decentralized public blockchain. Can't do an analysis of it on WeBull, but let's see if we have some news. We got CoinDesk. Cardano becomes a multi-asset blockchain with today's hard fork. Ooh, and I love the idea of hard fork. So we got Bitcoin and Cardano's 88th weekly technical analysis. Okay, sweet. So Cardano here. We got pullback at 132. Did it actually meet all the way to 132 just now? We are still looking at GameStop, keeping one eye open. No, that's at 126. Okay, go to GME. Yeah, we're looking at GME here. And while we are focusing on GME, I also want to read a little bit about Cardano here. We're just going to keep it right above my head. Still looking at GME here, so don't be worried. Bitcoin and Cardano's ADA weekly technical analysis, March 1st, 2021. Bitcoin BTC to USD slid by 21% in the week ending at the 28th of February. Let me know if that's too small for you to read. Reversing an 18% rally from the previous week, Bitcoin ended the week at 45,300. That's pretty good discount right now. A mixed start to the week saw Bitcoin rise to a Monday intra-week high of 57,449 before hitting reverse, falling well short of the first major resistance level at 61,000. Bitcoin slumped to a Sunday intra-week low of 43,000. Sell-off saw Bitcoin fall through the first major support level at 49,000 and 23% FIB of 45,500. The 23% FIB of 45,000 pinned Bitcoin back at the end of the week. For the week ahead, Bitcoin would need to move through a 48,640 pivot in order to support a run to the first major resistance level at 54,000. Support from the broader market would be needed for Bitcoin to break back through 50,000 levels. Well, it says it needed to move through this pivot. It has already moved past that price, so let's see. Barring an extended crypto rally, the first major resistance level would likely cap any upside. In the event of any extended breakout, Bitcoin could test resistance at 60,000 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 62,000. Okay. Scooter McDuder says, waiting for BTC to drop to 40,000 before you buy in. If you are, that's exactly my plan too. However, if you are afraid that the Bitcoin train is going to drop to 40,000 and leave you in the station, you should really consider putting your money slowly into BlockFi. You can only put $5,000 a day. So if you're trying to put your life savings in it, it's going to be $5,000 a day for however many days of $5,000 you have. And so if Bitcoin drops to 40,000 next week, all you can buy is $5,000. So you're just going to be stuck out of luck, and we don't want you to miss out. So go ahead and look at the live chat link pinned right here at blockfi.com/Andrew More Money. Let's get going. Sense is a good move. I did analysis on Sense last week. Go ahead and check that out on the channel. Sensonics, that's big. Sundial. I also did a video on Sundial as well as Afria and Tilray on the channel, so go ahead and check that out as well. But I will cover it briefly today during this live stream. Barring an extended sell-off, Bitcoin could steer clear of the 38% FIB of 37,000. The next major support level sits at 34,000. Do you think that they're actually going to drop all the way to 34,000? That'd be crazy. Cardano. Okay, let's talk about Cardano. Those of you that wanted to talk about it. Cardano's ADA rose about 19% in the week ending 28th of February, following on from a 19% rally from the previous week. Cardano's ADA ended the week at $1.31. Bearish start to the week saw Cardano's ADA fall to a Tuesday intra-week low of 80 cents before making a move, while steering clear of the first major support level of 7 cents, 70 cents, A choppy end to the week, however, saw Cardano's ADA fall back through resistance levels before ending the week at $1.31 levels. The move back through to $1.31 levels saw Cardano's ADA also break back through the first major resistance level at $1.26. 5 days in the green included a 9% gain on Wednesday and a 15% rally on Friday, contributed to the upside in the week. Okay, so Cardano is up basically as much as Bitcoin is down in the week. So if you think about week by week basis, Cardano seems to have pretty bullish energy here. Here's a chart. This article was originally posted on FX Empire. Okay, so Cardano is looking pretty dang good. It's passing through multiple levels of resistance, and the risk reward is pretty good. However, unfortunately, up 20% means that you might be chasing a runaway train at this rate. But of course, people kept saying that for Bitcoin. And if you were like, oh man, I bought in at like 25 cents, and you try to sell at 300, you would have been sorely, sorely sad to see Bitcoin crush it at 50,000. So that's the truth. Never will you know what was a good investment until the end. Cardano also became a multi-asset blockchain with today's hard fork. And we know we love hard fork, hashtag hard fork. The Cardano blockchain, which runs the ADA token, will become a multi-asset chain with its hard fork. Named Mary, the hard fork will allow users to create new tokens that run on Cardano natively, just as ADA does. Enabling new tokens was one of the first big use cases that caught on for Ethereum, enabling 2017's multi-billion-dollar initial coin offering Splurge. Oh boy, in a video update featuring previewing the hard fork, Charles Hoskinson, founder of IOHK, the company behind Cardano, calls the move historic. Wow, we're making history all over the place. People are saying killer run we're having. From $120 to $126. Well, technically we opened at $116, so we were up $10, 3% up on GME. That's a good solid start to the day. AMC, however, is struggling at 0% up and down. Just a quick margin about like 0.1% up and down from time to time. Okay. Let's see, what are you guys doing in the live chat? Hi, Andrew, says one of no other. What's the next resistance level GME has to break through? Well, GME really has no resistance other than this 120 that's trying to break until it now needs to break 140. So this level of 120 resistance should be mapped out at this rate because it's hit 120 so many times. So let's see how many times it hit 120. So it hit it today over and over. It was just like rubbing against it yesterday. It was rubbing against it the day, like a couple days before, on the 26th. So let us draw that trend line. 121 bucks, and now that is currently where we are. So it's being supported by this line. Currently, rose up to 126, faced a major sell-off. And is now currently hovering around the $123 figure. Supports, makes sense. The next one is 140. New to trading, says Patrick Blandon. Any chance you can do a small explanation for the small moving average and what to look for with those on a stock? You mean the 15-day moving average? 15-day moving average is just giving us a chance to see the micro momentum on a, this is purple line down here. Actually, it's this blue line up here. It's the 15-day moving average, so it follows the price of the stock a little closer. But the exponential moving average has a more of a macro view, so it's weighted less so for the minute price fluctuations. The only thing you have to think about is when the price fluctuates dramatically, the 15-day moving average is shifted up and down more dramatically than the 200-day exponential moving average, and that just gives us an idea of whether or not it's bullish or bearish. That, from a beginner, is a pretty good starting point, and then we can move on from there. We have Luke Skybarker here. It's because Mr. Bobby Flo sent me their dog. As you can see, I have just so many dogs to look through. We have, oh God, is this going to be a dog? Aw, this is from Yuki. No name on this dog, but this dog is so small. It's in a cannabis store. Why does this dog allowed in a cannabis store? Who's to say? Good mornings, Andrew Meatball in chat, says Derek Bradshaw. How's it going? Let's see. Alexander Antonio, do we have a final date for the short squeeze? As noted yesterday, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. The short squeeze was talked about for March 19th, and now there's a brand new huge grain of salt counter DD that says that March 19th is basically the false prophet. Agua. Richie Thomas says, I just want to let you know that you're doing a great job, and I remember how ecstatic you were when Josh came on live for the first time. That was yesterday. That was less than like 15 hours ago. I cannot wait to go live on Josh's channel later today. If you guys didn't know that was happening, it's going to happen around, let me check actually. Let me make sure this dog is seen. You guys keep looking at the stock price. I'm going to check my email. We mentioned that it was going to be around 4 or 5 p.m. tonight, CST. Just found out you're in CST. I'm talking to Trey right now from Trey's Trades. Gorilla Gang leader. See ya at 2 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. CST today. I'm from Chicago originally, so I know CST pretty well. I know CS. Guys, come on. I know time zones. You look at me, you're like, this guy, he knows time zones. When people ask me what's Hawaiian time, I'm like, it's aloha, baby. You don't have to worry about it. There you go. Let's see. We got $123 here. Hello, Andrew. Can you look into Zom? Sure. Give Meatball a treat. Oh, of course. We just hit 500 likes, which means we are gonna give Meatball a treat. Audio's a little low, but I can hear it. Yeah, heck yeah. Let's make the audio a little higher. Haha. How's that sound? Someone's in HCMC. Zoom out the 15-minute chart on GME and look at the strength of the support line. Do not get scared while looking at the 1-minute chart. Okay, let's do 5 minutes here. Let's just zoom out a little bit. There you go. We got a dog here. It does seem like the RSI is peaking over 70 a couple of times. Could be an indication of over bullish momentum, so we want to be able to be careful about that. Any amount of RSI above 70 for a prolonged period of time is going to be overbought. Okay. So. Pedro says, I want to go with my dogs to the cannabis store. Only if it's legal where you live. Yeah, don't break the law. Enjoying the big pitcher of water. Stay hydrated, apes. Yes, we want to slurp our way to the moon. Here we go. Oh, boy. Pre-month the front. John Vasquez Talixon. It means buy more. Yeah, we want to buy more. That's true. Oh, boy. Meatball getting so many treats. He can't even move from that spot. Meatball, you doing okay? You're doing okay, buddy. He's wide awake. He's active. He's ready. He's like, any hedgehogs come out around here, I'm gonna bite them. Grr. So GameStop had a pretty nice rally up to $126 from $116. That's $10 up. However, it is now dipping. It's dipping below this 121 level of support that it's been supported by actually like more than 3 times now over the past couple of days. So it is struggling to dip below 121. Thanks for the great question. When I was a boy in Bulgaria, Final Boss says, Andrew, I hope your chat doesn't turn into what Uncle Bruce's chat has turned into. What is his chat turned into? I hope so too. My voice is low. Let me just hear my voice real quick. When I was a boy in Bulgaria. Is it low? You guys want me to make the volume higher? Sundial on the move. Okay, let's actually take a look at Africa and sundials. If Bitcoin is back down at 49,000, this is the time, guys. Go get your free Bitcoin at blockfi.com/Andrew. So Afri is up 11%, Tilray is up 12%, Sundial's up 10%. This is good. Last time I did Tilray analysis, that I put that level of resistance at $28. Seems to have pushed through, and now it is riding high. Might be rejected soon, actually, but it currently is up 12%. That's Tilray, Afri, and Sundial. They're always moving together. Afria is moving as well. Seemed like it had a sell-off down to $19 from $20.45, and now it is all the way up to $20.90. That is pretty good movement for Sundial. GameStop, MC, looking low. When I was a boy in Bulgaria, I can only go so close to the mic without it blocking Meatball, so that's the problem. I'll try to be over here. I don't have to move the mic. I can just up the volume. So now this is how loud I'm going to be. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. Okay, so poor Uncle Bruce was the hedge fund trolls in there to enforce. Oh no. Let's see. 6 days in the chat, all the minutes, and the first time you reply, I am from Portugal. Tons of respect for your work. What's up, Pedro? Sorry I haven't responded to you. You are cool. Thanks for joining. They're spending the morning learning how to be a good ape, and that is the main. That's just what we're here for, guys. That's what we are here for. Well, one of no other. How do we get these cool charts that show the candles and the resistance and support levels, please? The candles are by default, although if you do want to see the candles, you go to indicators. Oh, sorry, you go to line style, and then you pick candle right there, where my mouse is. If you want these levels of resistance, you're gonna have to follow me on this. You have to press that subscribe button. You are legally obligated right now, all 1,800 of you, to press that subscribe button and that bell button so that you guys don't miss out on more interesting live streams and DD. Thank you, Kathy Duran, for the super chat. What do you think of Uncle Bruce's theory on GME? If you already talked about it, I'm late. Yeah, Uncle Bruce even had his theory like asked about from Josh. I should actually clip that very soon, because people are talking about Uncle Bruce's theory. Uncle Bruce's theory, I believe, is like a combination of a couple of theories, or maybe like a renewal of an old theory. Currently, I guess I'll talk about it when I'm on the show later with Uncle Bruce, or maybe when he's on my show, because the Stonk Symposium is about to happen. Rachel Gates Smith says, any thoughts on RKT? I did a video on RKT. It is up 20%. Seems like a good buy. Seems like I should have thrown some money on RKT yesterday. It's up 20%, and it was already up like 12% on the day yesterday. Probably should have put out that RKT video already, but you know, who's to say when you are right or when you are wrong? RKT is there are some major articles about how RKT is going to pay some pretty fat dividends, and how the squeeze might be caused by the CEO of RKT itself. Corey Philbrook, how's it going? Thank you for the super. Did you discuss how Endgame DD was proven very incorrect? Please read the following DD showing how inaccurate it is. Still bullish on GME though. I did. I actually have some people. That video had multiple people, nice apes say, you know, the positive support. I actually haven't. I talk to Josh regularly now, and I haven't heard anything from him yet about that. But he is more than welcome to come on the show anytime and support or clarify that his DD might have certain flaws. However, that video is very healthily engaged with. A lot of people down below are saying all of these points might be valid, but I still like the stonk, which is perfectly fair. Its ratio of like to dislike is still like 90-ish%. So that's why I think that video was pretty even-minded, right? I'm not trying to seem like a person that loves like only Josh and only Josh can be correct, right? Just because Josh's research might have some holes in it doesn't mean that he didn't do his best. He tried his best. That's the most important part. He's smart. He's nice. He has a nice dog. What else do you guys need from a person who is doing free research for you when he's a 21-year-old baller living as a German lawyer? It's a pretty cool guy. Emerson back with the supers. Thank you so much. Seems like RKT will be a pump and dump. This is a distraction from GME. Fair enough. Let's stop looking at it. But right now, RKT is having a small time in the limelight because it does have a deadline of just less than a week from now. I think March 9th, something is about to happen with the RKT short situation. GameStop still hovering around that 1% up. Pedro Reyes, welcome to Meatball, the space legend. At that tier, you get to have private one-on-ones with me, and that's pretty cool, in my opinion. That's pretty cool. Of course, every single member that presses the join button right next to the subscribe button will get a chance to get a random one-on-one with me. If you're part of Meatball the Professor tier, it's an $8 tier. Or if you just want to throw a couple of cents my way, $4 is the Meatball the Puppy tier. It's a great way to support the show, and it's only $4 a month. Sage Becenti, did you see Jim Cramer freaking out last night? Yes. And that was very funny. Marvin Fisher, hey Andrew, I have to say I really enjoy your critical take on the DDs and showing different opinions, not simply hyping but being real. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're not trying to shill out here. I have no vested interest in making one DD right but the other DD wrong. We're just trying to make sure that we are keeping all of the facts straight so that you guys can do your own DD, because that's the biggest brain move, your own research. Can you imagine? 1,800 of you, what's going on? Good morning. We are talking about GameStop. We are talking about how the price moves. We have this little dogie here. It's because one of you sent me your doges on Instagram. Andrew Mo Money, it's your time to send me your dog. Let's see. We got Alexan. Alex Antoniak. This is Jin the Dog. That's because he sent me his dog on Instagram, and now we get Jin to give us good luck for GameStop. It had a pretty good momentum early on. It opened at a price of 116 as markets opened. That's because it dropped around 3% from 120 at market close, and it quickly, after a little bit of turbulence, shot up to $126. That's way above this 120 level of resistance and support. Unfortunately, it decided to be rejected at that price, and now is bouncing right around the 121.46 level of resistance and support that I just drew. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good accuracy right there, if I don't say so myself. Let's see. We got NSPR. Pedro says. Pedro says, I feel more part of it now. Don't feed your hero so much. We want an F. Thank you. Blackberry says, Neil Powell says, buy the dip on Blackberry. Remember, we are not giving financial advice here. We're just shouting out into the ether. We're all smooth-brained apes here. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. And Mike87 says, I stood up for you, saying you cite your source and just read through it and help us understand the information. Thank you, M. Mike, for standing up for your fellow Andrew Mo Money. Just a smooth-brained ape over here. Oh boy. Seriously, with 3s instead of E's. Andrew, how quickly do you think the SEC will wait before doing an intervention on GME if it starts to go nuts? Because they have admitted monitoring. I'm still of the belief that SEC won't do much unless it's in our favor. If it's, by which I mean if GME starts to go nutso, but in like the moon way, SEC might step in and do something. But unfortunately, they haven't done much in the way of historical stuff. So that's why I'm imagining they're probably not going to do it very much. Easy peasy, cool question. Should I be worried? Maybe. I am not a financial advisor, so I cannot say whether or not you should be worried. Joshua Luden says, shout out from the Philippines. Pinoys, where you at? GME to Pluto. Let's get going. Let's see. Adrix is watching you on the big screen in the background while in the European history class. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just like, how are you doing that? Distance learning. That's why. Pew Live Pie. It's funny. Pew Live Pie says, pla pla plu plu. Okay. Oh, what resistance do we have to cross now? Well, GME is still hovering around this 120. The last level that it hasn't actually reached in a couple of days is 140 right up here. So that's the level we gotta reach. As of now, right now, we are not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. AMC, apes munching on crayons. Come on, people. Can big day traders effing a little bit our move? Says Pedro Reyes. The big traders, by which you mean like institutions moving at like large amounts of volume, is basically going to invalidate a lot of the small transactions that you are doing as a retail investor. If they're moving like hundreds of transactions, remember a call option is 100 shares. Right, so when a call option is exercised, that's a ton of shares being moved around, and even normal people like us can have call options and put options. So that's the juicy part of it, is that if you're just selling less than 100 shares at a time, it's likely not going to be a ton of movement. You can even look at the volume on WeBull over here. You see that the amount of volume is this column right there: 200 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. We have 1,000 shares. Let's see if there's any higher. 1,000, 1,500 shares, right? 450 shares. Okay, if you can match to that level of volume, then you might be moving the needle just like these guys are. Okay. People talking in Filipino, Tagalog down here. We got Comasta. I think I know only from one Jeremy Passion song. That means like, how's it going, right? Let's see. Blippity bloppity bloppity bye. Oh man, that's funny. Can I check CCIV? I certainly can. CCIV has been trading pretty flat recently. Had a bit of a plunge during after hours and pre-market. Had another plunge during yesterday's trading. Yeah, it's just trading sideways because of this Lucid Motors news like not panning out. They haven't sold a single car yet. I covered more of my thoughts in a previous video about CCIV, NIO, and Tesla, so I would suggest checking that out on the channel. Unfortunately, as of right now, CCIV just is not in the limelight, and perception is everything. Scooter McDuder says, am I justified in any way by not liking a stock that has really low number of employees? I mean, you're justified in a little bit, but remember, everybody who has a stake in that stock is now kind of like a employee in a way. They have like a vested interest in that stock. So there you go. All of us kind of work for GME, if you think about it. Or at the very least, GME kind of works for all of us. Let's see. Look at iBorrowDesk. iBorrowDesk. What part of iBorrowDesk would you like me to look at? Reddit-chan. Be honest, people who buy call options with no plans to execute those options, are they really pushing up the price at all, or are they just leeching off of retail pushing up the price? That's an interesting conspiracy theory that I've just started to hear about. I don't know. That's a good question. Let's talk about it. 1800 view, let's talk. Broseph V, should we see a jump today from the contracts that were in the money from Friday? It's T-2, right? Not sure if it's at market open on the second business day or later. If we do, don't be scared if we see a dip as well. Don't be scared. Likely today is going to be the day of major volatility. Lady Pink in the house. Doesn't less employees equal less labor expenses? Big thinky brain. Overhead is everything. Hey, Versace Studios, Rome Versace. Hey, Andrew, what's this Quadruple Witching Day on 19th? Is this important? It is. It means that there's going to be a ton of volume on that day. And volume usually means volatility as well. Volatility is good for a stock that has high expectations to do well, because without volatility we can't really move the needle in either direction. Now the thing about squeezes is that it could squeeze then if a gamma squeeze is triggered from all of these contracts expiring. Essentially, the witching day is 4 different markets having all of their contracts, or a significant amount of their contracts, expire at the exact same time. Happens 4 times out of the year, every 3 months. So that's why it isn't that much of a blue moon activity. However, it doesn't happen more than 4 times a year, so there you go. GME iBorrowDesk shorts are almost out of shares, net 400K less between yesterday and today. Oh, cool. Actually, you know what? I think people are probably covering this in some DD. So, hey, almost 2,000 of you, let's go on a journey. We're going to do some more DD about GME. Don't go anywhere. So we have top GME today. Total coincidence. Okay. What is this? We Europeans going full ape mode. Oh my goodness. GME goes to the moon. The sub should be temporarily blah blah blah. In retrospect, it was inevitable. This is not a hedge fund war. We own the entire float. This is interesting, actually. I think that's good DD. GME has updated to buy on TradingView. Yeah, that was happened yesterday. Okay, so this is not a hedge fund. Maybe WallStreetBets is better. DD right now. Samuel Boucher. Howdy, Andrew. Thoughts on QS, Quantum Space, and other solid-state battery companies on the stock market, holding from NS Canada, Quantum Space and other solid-state battery companies. Not a ton, but I think if it's investing in something that is actually being sold instead of like Lucid Motors and CCIV just betting on a dream that isn't actually been a sale yet, I think that's probably a safer bet than a promise. Gio Franco says, thank you. Hey, thanks for the super, Gio. Thoughts on analysis on CTRM, Castor, Maritime? Yeah, let's look at CTRM. Briefly, we're going to be coming back to GME in just a second. Don't worry. Castor, Maritime. I think I've covered this before. Let's look at the daily chart. Oh boy. So it seems like it had a breakout of, just like 15 cents. So it is up like 1,000%, which is interesting. See, short squeeze incoming, Castor Maritime. Ooh. Okay, that story is not found. It's from 4 days ago. And it's kind of suspicious that they hid that story. So as of right now, it seems like Castor Maritime was overbought for a long time. And now if you try to buy it, you're likely chasing a runaway train. So that's my thoughts about this stock that I barely know about. But that is what we're going with. Okay, so 5-minute chart. Look at GME. Still jumping. Almost 2,000 views. Share this with your fellow apes. Get this like counter up. We got 600 likes, which means Meatball, you get a treat. Gobble, 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 gobble. Meatball gets a treat every 100 likes, so that's why we want to smash that like button for the Meatball in our hearts. For Meatball in our hearts. Let's keep going through some DD. RKT. People really talking about RKT right now. The compelling options chain. RKT is a good play. People love to talk about the RKT. Oh, okay. So Meme-ageddon, March 19th. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. Quadruple Witching Day, AMC, BB, Nokia, GME, RKT. So you guys will probably remember this from Josh's DD. Let's just cover it real briefly. Quadruple Witching Day. Since some of you asked it in the chat, this is from 48 minutes ago. So this is some DD from someone who posted it 48 minutes ago. This is a once-in-a-quarter event where stock futures, stock options, stock index options, and stock futures, stock options, and stock futures. I think they messed up here. All expire simultaneously. This can, by its nature, create huge volatility. Let's look at a real company and its outstanding call contracts. Thank you, Versace Studios, Rome Versace. David's realistic exit on AMC and GME. Realistically, even if the squeeze doesn't happen in the next few weeks, as we've been trying to predict, it's likely going to happen eventually because the numbers are there, right? It's hard for them to get out of the situation right now. I understand, Meatball. It's a tiring situation, but we have to stay strong. Okay, so we have Walmart, all these other companies, blah blah blah. The theory: get on your tinfoil hats. They think someone or some peoples may discover the incredible power of near-term options and get their influence on the upward volatility on price. As more options are bought near the money, it causes a delta spike that market makers buy shares to hedge. It normally isn't enough to do much, but add in some magical ingredients, including but not limited to highly volatile stocks, heavy retail interest, significant short interest, a small float, inclusion in ETFs, index funds, and other funds. Now, a delta spike might be a confusing concept, but it's very similar to a gamma spike or gamma squeeze. Gamma squeeze is when contracts are in the money and the market makers have to buy the share because they promised they would buy that share. If they see that contracts are approaching their strike price, then you're going to have to try, if you believe that it's actually going to cross over the strike price, you want to buy it now, because if you end up buying it later, you're going to miss out on some tendies. And remember, you're the person with all of the power here. You can buy it early, you can buy it late, no matter what, because you know one side has already shown their hand. They bought the contract at a specific strike price. So therefore, you have all the marbles here. Let's say that I want to buy a contract for a call at like $1,000, and the price is approaching $900. You, as the market maker that sold me that contract, you can just buy it now at $900 because you know eventually that, or maybe you have some inside information, maybe you just have a better team of analysts. You know that the price is eventually going to hit 1,000. So you buy it early in order to hedge your bet. Therefore, you are a delta spike. There you go. As the price rises close to the strike price, we also see some gamma spiking. Personally, I think we saw delta hedging yesterday on BlackBerry, huge volumes around 11 a.m. So people have noticed that just buying these heavy options, especially around volatile times. You know what I want to do? I want to actually show the chart of GME, like up here. Like that's cool. Yes. And then the problem with that is that like now I kind of want to have to show like meatball. Okay, yeah, there we go. Perfect. There we go. This is nice. Okay, we're learning here. Let's make this a little bigger. Make me a little bit more centered. Perfect. Okay. So, what does it all mean? Well, hang on to your bananas. Because this thing is bigger than us. If the prices on some of these stocks rise, they will need to be recalibrated for weight for inclusion in their index funds. This creates a lot of buying and selling, which exacerbates the volatility further. The more volatility, the more market makers have to hedge. I think we are in for a once-in-a-lifetime historic volatile ride. If you hold stock, you can ride it out and better time it. If you hold options, you are really hoping your timing works well. Something big is going to happen leading up to March 19th, and the way the call contracts are organized creates a kind of series of landmines just waiting to be tripped. Each mine sends the price further and more volatile. What's more interesting is these stocks all seem to be related in a basket by the algo computers. This does mean there is some degree of echo where what happens in AMC affects BB, for instance. It might mean we see some double feedback happening as well. We did see originally in January, and that's why no one has been able to explain exactly why yet. I think January was a test, a proof of concept. The real prize is March 19th. Good luck. This is not financial advice. You guys understand this. One last thought. What if GME is the catalyst for the next major crash by its revealing of naked shorts and fails to deliver? 2008 was all about Wall Street greed with mortgage-backed securities. 2021 could be about naked shorting and naked options writing, all meaning Wall Street has done it again by absorbing insane amounts of risk pursuing profits. This might have to come to a head and create some systemic change that will benefit all. Dang, they're feeling pretty noble about their pursuits now. You guys are in the right side of history. No matter what happens, at the very least you didn't do some sneaky tricks. Even if hedge funds are not guilty for any of the conspiracy stuff, like perhaps short ladder attacks, perhaps like doing like maybe counterfeit shares isn't properly happening the way that we think that they're happening. But no matter what, they are still sus as F. So don't forget which side of history you're currently on. Let's get this bread. Okay, so back to the stonk. Back to the stonk. Meatball's a good boy. That's true. Let's see. Austin L, can you make a video showing us how to interpret and understand options chains and how to make predictions on them? Sure. Uriner Demon Stan. Andrew, we got some good news yesterday on ONTX yesterday, but not much movement, but movement positive. Mind giving us an analysis? ONTX, I am happy to, but I'm not sure if I have any insight on it now. We're going to go back to, here we go. On Canova. What was the good news you guys received? So it seems the 5-minute chart, we're seeing minor volatility. It's going from like $1.30 to $1.29. News. Anemia drugs on Canova. Okay. In terms of actual news, I don't think that pharma news has the same weight in public perception. This is just like an unpopular opinion, I guess. Pharma news, in my opinion, doesn't have the same public perception as other kinds of news. It might be getting like hotter because, first of all, new, cool, smart apes like you are getting into the market, so that's awesome. And two, it possibly is because of the fact that the vaccines are still up in the air about which mutations are going to be big ones to look out for, and which vaccines are actually going to be able to predict and tackle mutations as they come. So beyond those two, I don't think there's that much reason for like this news to be huge. That said, I am not a big pharma biotech maniac. So as of right now, I don't have too much thoughts about it. People are asking about VIR Extra. I can look at that in a second. NSPR is a golden $1 stock. Check it out. It will buy you a new car. He bought 2,000 shares, lol. Okay, well, people have been asking about NSPR. Let's look at it real quick. Oh, this is NSP. What is NSPR? NSPR. Okay, there we go. Delete. So NSPR, slightly under $1, went up to 92 cents in after hours. Let's see the news. Benzinga. Okay, so this is another MD stock. Let's do some real digging about this. Inspire MD to report. Because this is actually none of these are actual news. Inspire MD granted U.S. patent titled blah blah blah. Okay, so this is a patent given to this company. I don't see what kind of news we are looking for. It seems like it's bouncing off of that 94 cent pretty hard. It seems like it is struggling to go back to its original $1-ish status. Hit it back in the day. I'm not too keen on penny stocks, but as of right now, it seems like that one is holding pretty strong, but mostly bearishly because it is falling every couple of days. That said, GameStop traded sideways for a long time, so there you go. Terabad Gamer, can you explain concepts of overbought and oversold and how they can be something can be overbought if there are shares remaining in available float? Sure. Overbought is the same idea as overhype. Is a good idea. Is a good way to think about it. Inside, do not spam. I'm alone right now. I have no mods. Mods are away. Spammers will play. So I would say overbought is the idea that too many people believe that the stock is undervalued right now. And so if the momentum is that way, that means that if you think about it logically, if like almost everybody was wrong about how much the price costs, then it's not a rational market, right? Either that statement is true, or the value of the stock is actually not undervalued, and right now we're all hyping up and pumping up a stock that actually isn't worth that much money. So that's overbought. Inverse for oversold, right? If we're all selling this stock, well, we can't all be wrong about how much this stock is worth, right? At the very least, not all of us at the exact same time. If we're all trying to sell the stock, we all think that the stock is worth less than it actually is. It's overvalued right now. However, either that statement is true, that we were all dumb for a second and we all found out that we were dumb, or that the stock is actually not valued less than it currently is. So both require a bit of a correction for, oh my God, we are seeing a rally here, $128 on GameStop. That's why I love WeBull. Look at that. It's literally like sports. We love to see that, like real time, the stock pushes up the chart as if it was like the Hulk pushing up the Hulk Buster. Wow. Write down in the live chat, tell me who would win, Tony Stark or the Hulk. Tell me right now, which team are you on, Tony Stark or Hulk? We have Mike, who sent me his dog on Thursday. Her name is Honey. Mike, thank you for sending me Honey. She is going to grace the chat. Thank you, Honey, for giving us the love we deserve right now. Hulk or Iron Man, guys, come on as we push up GameStop, $128. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. It hit a high of $129.40. That is the daily high as of right now. Okay. Can I do a technical analysis of SWI? Sure. Can I show you Meatball up close? Meatball? Can you come closer? Can you come closer? No? Okay. Well, not right now, I guess. Let's see. Good morning, says Adrian Paul. Feel bad for those saying sell now before it's too late and then bought at a premium because of FOMO. Yes, feel bad for them. But know that they dug their own grave. No, positive vibes only. Just a joke. Smart apes like you, I'm not a smart ape, I'm a smooth brained ape. Very smooth. J. Alfredo Cervantes says, smash that like button, grow the ape army. Come on, guys. Let's get everyone else their meatball subs. If you guys haven't gotten your meatball sub yet, it's right down below. It's called Joining the MBA, getting your meatball army certificate by clicking that subscribe button. And right next to it, the bell button so you don't miss out on a live stream. If you guys have been creeping for a couple of days watching me, you probably have realized the vibes that we give off are good. We are giving off positive live stream, live chat vibes. We only keep the coolest and chillest people in our cohort, in our midst, and we will never ever stop or rest until we have the proper DD, until we have the proper financial education, and you can bank on that. Go ahead and join the meatball army right there. Would I put up a cat picture? Yes, all cats are dogs as well. Marty Diamond Hand says 1,800 watching equals 1,800 likes. Now it's almost 2,000 of you watching. Let's get going, guys. Draco the DK. Good morning, Andrew at Meatball Game. Pew Live Pie. If one buy one call March 5th, $20. If I buy one call March 5th, $20 for $100, I can exercise and get 100 shares for $20 each, and then sell immediately. No, it's for $100. You would have 100 shares for $100 each. And the call, and if you buy a call, it always has to be higher than the price the stock currently is. Let's see. Wallace Frey says, will you post a link to Josh's channel for today when you are going to be on community tab? Yes, I will just link it directly to Josh's channel. So you just press it and join whenever the time is ready. What's the name of this program? Says Exiting. This is WeBull. Yeah, get your WeBull account. If you like technical analysis, if you like being able to access the aftermarkets and pre-markets, if you want to get 2 free stocks, easy. Go get WeBull. Benjamin Ogbana II. What is my opinion on RKT? I'm about to release a video about RKT. Hopefully people don't burn me too much for distracting people. Honestly, it just seems like a pretty cool opportunity, and it is up 20% today last time I checked. So you don't want 20% profits? I mean, even if you put $100 in there, you would have 20 bucks now. Oh, thank you, my old house, for joining the Meatball Army, hitting that membership button. My old house did that by pressing the join button. It is right next to the subscribe button, and now they have access to cool emojis like DFV. They have access to tendies. They have access to the boys by looking at a emoji of me and Meatball. They have access to Moneyball, which is Meatball wearing some cool baller glasses and bling. Yeah. We're doing good. Yeah, so people are saying that the market looks pretty red, but GME and AMC are looking good. Well, AMC is still floundering around that 0.2% up, but GME is up 5%, and it did hit a mental barrier of 130. We've seen it hit a couple times. Honestly, at this rate, it might actually become a level of technical resistance and support. But as we are seeing these battlegrounds start to get carved out in GameStop, it actually feels pretty good. Thank you. Hector with the coffee in the morning. What a good roommate. Hector with the coffee in the morning. Could not do it without him. Derek Bradshaw, Andrew, I humbly request you send GME to the moon today. Thank you, Stonk Lord Andrew. I am just a smooth-brained ape. How could I possibly do that? Quick, engage the hyperdrive for GME moon today because of who said that? Because of Derek Bradshaw. Meatball Army, says Pedro. We are looking at all of those DFVs and holdles. Yeah, you can also do a holdle. Holdle. Get that holdle in there. Okay, so people asking if I can do about Tesoro or Humble. I did one before. It was not received well. Now it's only for members. So members can see my Tesoro and Humble analysis that by clicking that join button down below. 2,000 people here. Let's get this bread. Let's get going. Ted Peniza, welcome to the Meatball Army. That's because he got his MBA because he hit that join button next to the subscribe button. That's really fun. When you hit that join button, an angel gets its wings and Meatball gets its treat. Meatball, get a treat for yourself. Don't spend it all in one place. We are here looking at GameStop real live movement. It's about an hour and a half until I have to get out of here. But currently we got 2,000 of you watching. We got people saying it's gonna be 200 plus end of day. Sundial, any info? Sundial, and Tilray, and Afri are up 10% respectively. Sundial is actually only up 7% now, but Afria, Tilray, and Sundial are doing great. Actually, let me pull them to the top because I do want to. Oh, actually, oops, GM is wrong. We don't want GM. We want GME. GME and AMC and Tilray and Afria and Sundial. Okay, so we have them all at the top now. And let's get Bitcoin too. Bitcoin dipping. Bitcoin is dipping. Boop, 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 bee. Hector's legit with the coffee. Such good roommate. Yes. Question here. Considering that hedge funds could also make call options to cover their shorts, wouldn't it be better to keep the price in the hundreds to make them pay more interest in the long term? No, because, hold on, let me think about this. So, no, the reason why, Jeff, is because when hedge funds take out call options, it still pushes the price up. When calls become in the money, it necessitates buying, so it pushes the price up. And remember, the long game that we're actually trying to win here is the game called the short squeeze, the mother of all short squeezes to be exact. If in order to get the short squeeze to squeeze, we need to get the price up, and the more the price rises, the more contracts become in the money, and the more contracts get exercised. And it's just like a funnel. If you guys have ever worked on an analytics team, just me. It's kind of like showing your ad to a number of people, and then some of them click on the ad, and some of them buy the product. It's that funnel of getting the price high enough so that contracts are in the money that necessitates market makers having to buy, and then if people have contracts like you that have enough money to exercise them, then buying the proper stock and getting that price up. Thank you 160 for joining the MBA. He not only got his meatball sub, but he also joined the meatball army. That means a lot, and now he is a member. It's because he or she went down to the description and pressed the join button next to the subscribe button. This is Honey, the border collie. Hey Andrew, been enjoying the streams. Here's a dog for the stream. Her name is Honey. Been holding GME since the last big push in January. She has a full title to Supreme God Empress Honeydew, first of her name. If Kim Jong-un can have a fancy title, my dog can. Haha. I love Honey. All right, send me your dogs. Okay, so now we're gonna look at another dog to bless our live stream. Someone says, hey, you need any more mods? Sure. I only have one official mod right now. Sure. Can you do a call later this week? Okay. So that's another mod application. Meet Ozzy. So this is from George.BourneTough, spelled like Jason Bourne or Bourne Ultimatum. This is Ozzy. Ozzy with a bunch of dirt on his face. So cute. American Gadfly, thank you for the super. I really appreciate that. ADA is the future. We just did read some Cardano. DD. We got Exo joining the club. Exo became part of the NBA, part of the Meatball Army by clicking that join button down below. Welcome to the army. Let's get this bread. Uriner Demon says, not sure how high it needs to go up hold on, and how high needs to go up, then down to allow buys. What are we talking about actually? What does this sentence mean? Let's get it, Andrew, says the 160 Club. Let's go. Lift off. Can you tell us your thoughts about the Reddit post titled March 19th is likely not going to be the date that GME lifts off? I would love to. In fact, I would do it an entire 30-minute video about that very same topic. So go ahead and check out that video. It's the first one on my channel right now other than this live stream. So if you have 30 minutes to spare, I have a lot of thoughts about that article. Anyone in chat hopping in today? Yeah, get those feelings in the chat. Let's talk. 2,000 of you. We're looking at GameStop's real price action, $126 right now. That's up 4.5% on the day. Not too shabby if we can say so ourselves. RSI is holding strong at a 61. We also are seeing the blue line here, which is the 15-day moving average, gives us a micro view of exactly what's going on with the momentum, and the purple line, which is the 200-day exponential moving average, pretty darn good for showing us a macro view of the momentum as well. Big J says, what's up, fam? I see you slowly growing. Been nice to watch. That's the motto of this show. Hashtag do it for data, and then hashtag nice to watch. Oh, man. Jack O'Hara. Hey, Andrew, what's up? AMC and GME holding ape from Barbados? Asked about CAN earlier in the stream. Not sure if you have answered or go into a lecture. What did you think? Well, let's look at CAN. Thank you for chilling from the Barbados. I wonder if the tourism industry is picking back up. So comment about it if you have any thoughts. If you work in tourism, we have $23 high today when it opened. It seems like it's on the highest high it's been. Oh no, just kidding. Just kidding. It seems like it very recently IPO'd, or at the very least split or something. It seems like in 2019, its price started at $13. It was a sell-off, pretty sideways for a long time at $1. Oh God! So it's like, can you imagine losing all your money? Can you imagine losing 90% of your money? GME. No, just kidding. GME is to the moon. We are moving all the way up to 25 at a high, 25.78, and then back down to 21. I don't have too many thoughts about this stock other than what volatility, crazy, down 90% and now up 2,000%. I would say there's probably not much more this stock can go unless it gets some significant public perception out there. That's the general gist of what I think about that stock. Back to a GME. Afria was up 10%. What happened? Afria is now down 0.5% on the day, while Sundial and Tilray are still looking pretty sharp. GameStop still looking good. 124, 2025, better than market close yesterday, better than market open today. We are growing. Portugal, no chat, says Pedro. Portugal, no chat. Where are the Portuguese chatting here? MR Gran, hey Andrew, what do you think about Rexel SA for the long hold? They seem to have been potential for a steady curve. What is Rexel SA's ticker symbol? And I will look at it. Frosty Matrix, really grateful for about the date predictions and shorts breakdown on XRT, etc. on your recent vids. Andrew, restored my faith in this stock. I'm not here to restore faith. I'm just here to share data. I'm here to share research. And if that's not a reason to subscribe, I don't know what is. We are not here to tell you buy, sell, or hold. Those are the only three options most of the time for long positions. I'm just here to tell you, hey, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We're going to have a fun time together. Hope it pushes past 130 soon, says Beef Squash. Rachel says, hate to say it, but I want a dip to buy more. People really hungry for this stock right now. If you had any doubt in your apes after that pretty stinky counter DD that plugged a lot of holes, perhaps righteously, through the DD that we covered with Josh over the weekend, now is the time to look upon this chat of 2,100 people and hear how they are all saying dip so that we can buy more. These apes are still hungry and still in it to win it. And that's what we love about this community. Okay. Andrew Neil Powell says, I'm starving. Hawaiian Air? Sure, we can look. I have a whole video I'm waiting to put out about flights gosh, I want to. Maybe I should put it out right now. Kendo Gaming. Are we going to blast off once the available GME stocks get closer to zero? You mean available GME stocks to short? Huh? What do you mean by available GME stocks? Are you not counting people who promise they win diamond hand? Because even if you promise you're a diamond hand, you don't actually have to follow through. You could still paper hand, so that technically makes that stock available. Let's see. Andrew and Data sitting in a tree. Hey guys, stop it! It's just the Data's so cool, and he looks so. He's just a cool guy. Pedro says 2 Portuguese here. We are growing this army. Let's get going. Paula Blackford, what price do you think we'll reach on GME today? It seems like we're having a hard time beating this mental barrier of 130. If anything, if we see a last-minute rally, we probably will be able to get above to the next level of resistance. Of course, if you guys follow my live streams, you'll know that that's $141 and change. So if that does happen, we should be sitting pretty at another 10% to 5 to 10% increase. Taha, treat the Doge so that GME goes over 130. Meatball, treat for you. That treat was brought to you by Taha. Every super gets a treat, and since you guys brought us up to 800 likes, that's another treat for Meatball. Thank you guys. Every treat feeds a hungry Meatball, and of course we have our Doge here to thank. Let me search for a little bit more DD for you guys while we wait. We got RKT information. People might get mad if I talk about RKT because people think it's a distraction. Carnival Cruise Lines. RKT Mortgage, large short interest and seems to have earnings. Sensonics versus Deacon. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like versus. RKT conclusion. Options change formed when volatility is low. A ticker named RKT. It is named Rocket. Like, that's just, you can't get around that. RKT is called RKT, and that's the truth. If you guys are here, we do want to have a holistic coverage of as many stocks as possible, right? We want to be able to help you understand the information here. Try not to spam in the chat. Putting you on timeout. Thank you for the Super MD. NBRV, would you take a look, please? It's at an all-time low with leadership buying shares moving up. They have pending novel anti-infective agents. Oh, okay. Another medical pharma company. Nabriva. Okay. 2,000 of you. What's going on? Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We have Nabriva. Let's look at a chart that's a little bit further out. Okay, so Nabriva heading downwards. Seems like it's been a downwards trend for a while. It has a high on the 18th of $3.40. Let me go out to the weekly. Oh yeah, it's just been constantly falling down. So $64. Seems like it couldn't catch a break. Now on the 5-minute chart, we are seeing. Hold on, what is this? Yeah, this is today. Oh, this is the second. So this is today. So this is a stonk that could be in the news. Benzinga. A lot of indicators are suggesting that this stock is still moving downwards. So as of right now, the exponential moving average, the 200, the purple line that we see here, it is trending downwards. RSI is all over the place, but it is staying between 30 and 70. And as of right now, it doesn't really have any historical resistances that it has tried to beat in the past few days. So as of right now, or even the past few weeks, honestly, it just seems to be selling downwards over and over again. This does not mean it's prevented from going higher. However, I don't have a good visual on whether or not what's the next level and give it a good risk reward ratio for you. Back to GME. Let's see. People are talking. Louise, would you be able to just give best practices when it comes to stocks, crypto in general? Sure. Best practices normally would involve financial advice, but you guys know that there's no financial advice in anything I say, ever. Wink. No wink, because I'm serious. There is no financial advice in this video or any of the content that I put out. However, in best practices when it comes to stocks is one, never invest more than you're willing to lose. Obvious, but pretty clear. If you want to bet on meme stocks, sure, just be prepared to lose it all. If you want to bet on stocks like penny stocks, just be prepared to lose it all. The next part is investing in blue chips is actually different than investing in any other kind of stocks. The Amazons and the Apples and even the Facebooks of the world, there is no chance that they are going to go belly up anytime soon. Basically 0% chance, and I'm a statistician, so I should know. The chance that you would be able to put money in and see a pretty sizable return like a few months out, even in a global pandemic, is pretty high. So therefore, an investment in one of those stocks is better than going to your regular bank account and saying, here, put this money in and give me like a cent back every 5 years or something, right? Normally, banks have terrible interest rates. That's how they make money, because they're actually taking your money and investing it anyway. So if they're doing it, just skip the middleman, just do it yourself. And that's how banks work, actually. If you weren't aware, this is how a bank works. So be a bank yourself. The third best practice is to diversify. Never put all your eggs in one basket. It might seem like a good idea to put all on Amazon, but one day Amazon might be in bad graces, like when Jeff Bezos stepped down, or maybe Amazon kills a person with a drone. One of these days it's going to happen, and that's why you want to be diversified in your investments, and that includes crypto, right? Bitcoin is now becoming one of these blue chips, a highly volatile blue chip, but institutions are investing in it, and therefore one of these days it is going to be just as safe as putting your money into Apple, and that's why Bitcoin is one of the best investments to have in part of your diversified, healthy, balanced breakfast. Go ahead and grab your Bitcoin for free, $250 free Bitcoin with the BlockFi link in the description. It's also pinned in the live chat right now. It's that blue thing with the fire emoji, and then also if you don't have WeBull yet, it is one of the best places to keep your stonks. If you have Robinhood already, WeBull covers your transfer fee, so there's a lot of reasons to be able to start using WeBull and do my technical analysis. Be as smart as a data scientist and use WeBull, because I trust WeBull. $2 super from Boogie. How do you read level 2s for good entry points? Honestly, at this rate, since I'm on a live stream, I can't read level 2 data, so I haven't really been giving it an eyeball. But thank you for the super. Hayden says Facebook is dying because it's not going to be listed as a publisher, not just a social network. Fair enough, right? I said Facebook as like a generally accepted, even a common sense. Another YouTuber uses Facebook as a commonly accepted blue chip, yeah, if you wanted to focus on only the big names, don't put money in Facebook. Doesn't matter. I don't use Facebook very often either. Gada says Daddy Buffett says diversification is bad. Well, Daddy Buffett didn't buy into Bitcoin when he had a chance. Otherwise, he would be a quadrillionaire at this point. Rachel Gates Smith, did you talk about Yellen saying that she wants regulation on Bitcoin? I didn't yet, but that is true. Bitcoin is about to get into some tricky regulation business, and remember how, oh my god, GameStop is growing 10% up, 132 at its peak just now, hitting that mental barrier. But don't slow down, we are gonna make it happen. Let's get another Doge in here to try and get us good mojo. We saw Ozzy from George, Born Tough. And now we're gonna see, let's see. Oh wait, hold on, wait, whoop. Oh shoot, I missed. Oh no, where's that dog? Well anyway, 130, still hitting that mental barrier. Oh well, what can you do? We're still holding strong though. Let's see, Atterbury 97 is showing me pictures of multiple dogs. Which one do you want me to show? Well, I guess I'll show this one. This is a very cute dog. We're going to keep this dog in our hearts as we chug along today. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the market. We're talking about stocks. We were talking about best practices, Andrew's 3 top tips about exactly how he would approach the stock market. Did you guys like that video of the Redditor that said never sell at a loss? Because that was one of my worst performing videos, and I'm just interested in what you guys think about that video overall. Louise says, do you accept kitties? I do. All cats are dogs as well. Paula, did I say the next resistance is 141? I did. I certainly did. The next level to beat is $141 reduce. Mad. If you get free 1600 stock from WeBull for 100, can't you cash out for a $1,500 profit? Or am I missing something? Yes, you're missing something. First of all, $100 still stays yours. It's just that you are buying $100 worth of stocks. So that's $100. That's what the $100 initial deposit is for. $1,600 is a random chance. It's going to pick 2 stocks. And it's going to give it to you up to the price of $1,600. Full transparency, I've never gotten a $1,600 stock, but they say it's possible, so we trust them. In this sense, that is what you get. You get 2 free stocks on top of the $100 of stock that you buy. It's still your money. You don't have to pay a single penny to use WeBull. Pedro Rios, hodl. GameStop is struggling with that $130 mental barrier, dipping slightly below, but still holding strong. Alex says, where can I buy Doge or other cryptos? You can buy Doge or other cryptos using the BlockFi link that I've included. Now, actually, can you do altcoins? I'm not 100% sure, but you can definitely buy almost all the major fungible coins on BlockFi. Louise, I appreciate you going over these best practices. I keep trying to read up on entering and exit strategies, but I'm such a noob, it goes over my head. Just remember to minimize regret. That's the main point. If you have a one exit strategy and like at this price I'm gone, that is likely going to not minimize regret, right? Because you're never going to know when you're going to hit that number. Let's say you hit that number. Let's say that you never knew whether or not you never knew whether or not GME was going to hit like $500. So let's say you were waiting for $500 and it never hit it, and therefore, oops, you ended up like missing out on a ton because you're trying to maximize for profits. Instead, have several intervals where you're gonna sell 5%, 10% along the way, and you will minimize regret instead. Let's see. TGT just dipped like a truck. Oops. What are WeBull's fees like? They're $0 commission. Just like all the regular brokers nowadays, the new age brokers. Which, granted, Robinhood did sell us out, but they did pave the way for these $0 commissions. Originally, when you wanted to buy like $50 worth of stock, you have to pay like $75 to a broker would do the transaction for you. Call up their friend and say, hey, can you buy this stock? And then they have to get like a piece of paper. Can you imagine how annoying that was? Alexander Hamilton's time had the stock market. Dear Lord. Oh my God. Let's see. Squeezy in 10 minutes. Sky Guy Gaming says, yes, don't regret, don't be like me. Oh man. Ken Fabio says they finally got up a GME thread in WallStreetBets for today. Lol at the title. Okay, let me look at it. Let's see. This is Doge. He doesn't have a name, but they gave me Doge on Instagram, and now I'm looking at Doge. I'm gonna have this coffee. Vlad L says, excellent work, my man. Thanks for your effort. Just wondering your opinion on Triple Witching Day. It's actually a Quadruple Witching Day. And just for Vlad, let's cover that Quadruple Witching Day article again. It's one of these. This one. Here we go. Meme-ageddon, Quadruple Witching Day. Honestly, at this rate, I'm just gonna make a video about Quadruple Witching Day. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we're just gonna do a video on this. Actually, can I? Vlad, I'm going to steal your comments so that I can make this video. Okay, hey guys, 2,200 of you. We're gonna make a video about Quadruple Witching Day, and then you guys are gonna like that video, and you're gonna subscribe, and you're gonna have a really good time. Tell me how did you guys like the thumbnail? It is from user what's his name? It's from user Kingstra. Actually, I need to give him props in the description. If you liked it, he gave me permission to use it, and he drew it. Very cool guy. Let's see. Thumbnail art. Thumbnail artist, and then go ahead and check out Kingstra on Reddit. Okay, so now I'm gonna put that screenshot. Give me a sec. Over on OBS. Okay, here we go. So now we have this. Okay, so now I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, so there we go. Now we've duplicated that. And now I'm going to, oh my god. Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay. How's it going, guys? My name is Andrew, and if you are like Professor Meatball, you have questions. You have questions about the Quadruple Witching Day, and that's why I want to be able to answer it. We have to look over here. Vlad L asks, hey Andrew, excellent work my man, thanks for your effort. Just wondering your opinion on this Triple Witching Day, March 19th, otherwise upcoming call options. Actually, it is a Quadruple Witching Day, and that is what we are going to cover here in this video as simply as possible for any smooth-brained ape to fully understand. Quadruple Witching refers to a date on which stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures expire simultaneously. While stock options contracts and index options expire on the third Friday of every month, all four asset classes expire simultaneously on the third Friday of March, June, September, and December. Quadruple Witching is similar to Triple Witching days when 3 out of the 4 markets expire at the same time, or Double Witching when 2 markets out of the 4 markets expire at the same time. Here's some key takeaways, and then we're going to cover why this might cause some real sneaky news for Meme-ageddon, Quadruple Witching, AMC, BB, NOK, GME, and RKT in this DD by Reddit user Boss Hacks. Key takeaways. Quadruple Witching refers to a date on which derivatives of stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures expire simultaneously. While it may result in increased volume and arbitrage opportunities, Quadruple Witching does not necessarily translate to increased volatility in the markets. And finally, Quadruple Witching days witness heavy trading volume, in part due to the offsetting of existing futures and options contracts that are profitable. If you guys have followed the interview with Josh, Hey It's Pixel, he mentioned in his DD that the Quadruple Witching Day is evidence that squeeze is likely on March 19th, and March 19th is the next Quadruple Witching Day. So we are talking about it. Why exactly does this user think that this is the Meme-ageddon? So this is a once in a quarter event. It does happen 4 times a year. And let's look at a real company and the outstanding call contracts with the most open interest. We got Tesla. We got on the 12th, 19th, 12th. We got Apple on the 12th and the 19th. These mega caps are seeing a 10x increase in options contracts on March 19th. Now let's see a less sexy big stock, Walmart, right, on the 12th and the 19th, and now AMC on the 12th and the 19th. AMC has more call options than Tesla right now for March 19th and over 10x Walmart. They have about 50% Apple, so, and you guys know how big Apple is, right? We also have BlackBerry, Nokia, GME, RKT, The Theory, and get on your tinfoil hats now. You got them on? Okay. They think that someone or some peoples have discovered the incredible power of near-term options and their influence on the upward volatility on price. As more options are bought near the money, it causes a delta spike as market makers buy shares to hedge. We've talked about so many different kinds of spikes. We've talked about short squeezes, we've talked about gamma squeezes, and now a delta squeeze. Very similar idea, but let's say that the stock is currently $1,000. Well, I think it'll reach 1,200, so I'll buy the option to buy it at 1,200 in the near future, and I'll have to pay a premium, but it's worth it to me. Thank you for the super. I'm going to cover you in just a second, Chris Merck. But the me that bought a 1,200 stock price, as the price starts to the call option at a strike price of 1,200, as the price of the stock starts to increase from $1,000 to 1,200, the hedge fund or the market maker, whatever institution sold me that contract, they can end up hedging against it. They could end up buying the stock now before it reaches 1,200, and therefore they'll make a profit because they are predicting it will also reach 1,200. So in that sense, they are buying the stock, which increases the price and causing a delta spike. Very similar to a gamma spike when your contract is actually in the money because your strike price is lower than the price itself. It also necessitates buying from the institutions and market makers themselves. So this normally isn't enough to do much, but add in some marginal ingredients, including but not limited to highly volatile stocks, heavy retail interest, significant short interest, a small float, inclusion in ETFs, index funds, and other funds. As the price rises close to the strike price, we also see the gamma spiking. Personally, I think that we saw delta hedging yesterday on BlackBerry, huge volumes around 11 a.m. What does it all mean? Well, hold on to your bananas. This thing is bigger than us. If your prices on some of these stocks rise, they will need to be recalibrated for weight for inclusion in their index funds. This creates a lot of buying and selling, which exasperates the volatility further. The more volatility, the more market makers have to hedge. I think we are in for a once-in-a-lifetime historical volatile ride. If you hold stock, you can ride it out and better time it. If you hold options, you are really hoping your timing works well. Something big is going to happen leading up to March 19th, and the way that the call contracts are organized creates a kind of series of landmines just waiting to be tripped. Each mine sends the price further more volatile. What's more interesting is these stocks all seem to be related in a basket by the algo computers. This does mean that there is a degree of echo where what happens in AMC affects BB, for instance. It might mean we see some double feedback happening as well. We did see it originally in January, and no one has been able to explain exactly why yet. I think January was a test, a proof of concept. The real prize is March 19th. Good luck, and of course, this is not financial advice. You guys knew that already. Make your own decisions, make your own research. Well, if you guys have learned anything, thank you, Vlad, for the option to answer your question. Not the obligation, of course, just the option. What do you guys think? Because we've covered in the counter DD by Anchored Stone yesterday that the short attacks actually might come out in force on this day, March 19th, or leading up to March 19th, because of the gamma squeeze and delta squeeze possibilities. So when all of these institutions come into play, can the mother of all short squeezes actually end up being the mother of all short attacks instead? If that scares you as much as it scares me, leave a comment down below. Drop your opinions down there. Have positive vibes and good discourse. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. And most importantly, if you guys are just joining the Meatball sub, the sub button is right down below. Make sure to grab it on the way out. Make sure to hit that bell button too so you don't miss another live stream. And for Meatball's sake, hey, consider supporting the stream however you can. Coming to a live stream on time, coming and commenting in the live chat, or just interacting with a couple of the links down below. Because for now, but not for forever, I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace. Hey, so we're back. We are talking about GameStop. Still hovering around that mental barrier of 130. Honestly, at this rate, it's going to be a technical level of support and resistance because it just can't seem to pass it. Chris Merck says, hello from the Gorilla Gang. Caught you on Max's show yesterday. Liked your insight. Trades also speaks very highly, so I had to subscribe. Chris, you are making me blush. Welcome to the Meatball Army, the NBA. And you are very welcome here. Thanks for joining. Okay. Oh, boy. Let's see. Everyone's positive hypes using some language that the filter is catching, but his sentiment stands. Forget about dates. Forget about dates, because most the more important part is that the math is behind us. But unfortunately, as of right now, we do have to take note of when these dates of highly volatile activity can come up, just so that we can have a better understanding of exactly what to expect. Anna Marie Mendoza, same Chris Merck. I was on Max and Trades too. That's how I came across this guy. Def subscribing. Gotta love Anna and Chris. What a dream team. Why does Meatball only sleep? Did he go for some jogging? Yes, he went for some jogging. He's gonna go for more jogging today. He has two speeds: jogging and sleeping. Can I talk about Sundial? Volume today seems high. Yeah, Sundial is pushing 7%. Tilray is actually up 10%. So that's cannabis stocks right now. Pretty big. Pretty big. Nintendo Capri Sun, what's going on? 128.64, an interesting number to us old school graphic designers on the TRS-80. Oh yeah, 128.64. That's a number that is like mathematically significant. Let's see, Applegate. Thank you for the super. What do you think about EH? What do I think about EH? EHong. Oh yeah, we talked about EHong before. EHong was one of the stocks that sustained its growth, its volatile growth, when all of the other meme stocks decided to take a dip. However, it seems like it had a sell-off on the 12th, so it didn't sustain that growth for long. And then from 80, it has dipped now to 70. That's roughly a 12 to 15% dip over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks. Just 2 weeks. In my opinion, EHong still has great technology. However, it does seem to be like just in the midst of some pretty legal drama stuff. So I wouldn't get too deep into it if you're worried about drama. Okay, back to GameStop. Look at the minute chart. It's a little cuter to see the smaller candles. Might freak you out a little bit more, but remember, these are just small movements on a much larger chart. What program am I using? Swearing Koala, I'm glad you asked. This is WeBull. It is the coolest little app around. If you did want to go and get your own copy for free, go ahead and grab it. It's in the link in the description. It says get your 2 free stocks, quit Robinhood, get on WeBull. It's just a good time. It's free. Get 2 free stocks too. It's awesome. Have you seen the WallStreetBets Discord? I was on certain WallStreetBets Discord. I think there's multiple, and I'm not sure if I'm on the right one. Jamison says, not gonna lie, I'm just here for Meatball's analysis. Meatball, we've been waiting on your analysis for a couple of weeks now. Are you done? Are you done yet? Boop. Okay, he's not quite done. Oh boy. Okie dokie dokie. Also highly recommend everyone to check out 2 Stupid Guys Do Stocks on YouTube as well if you like this kind of stuff. Sure. We love shouting out other financial YouTubers. Hey Andrew, says Dan Wright. I asked Meet Kevin about doing a collab with him and he said he should reach out and he'd be up for it? What? Dan, send me an email right away. I don't know Meet Kevin's email. Let's find it together. Let's see if we can find Meet Kevin's email together. Wow, Meet Kevin is into me? I never knew that Meet Kevin would be into me. So let's see, Meet Kevin. And he has 1.4 million subscribers because he's a big boy. And then we go to Meet Kevin. How old does he say he is? He's only 28? Dope. That's crazy. If you guys are wondering what we're doing right now, we're trying to see if we can talk to Meet Kevin. I am not a robot. Submit. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, then I'm going to write an email to him. It's going to be titled, Dear Meet Kevin. Hi. How are you, Meet Kevin? Hey, who was the person that said they would hook us up? Dan Wright. Hey, Dan Wright mentioned you might be. Hey, collab. Hey guys, if you guys are just watching, I am currently writing Meet Kevin an email. And I mentioned Dan Wright, mutual viewer and fan Dan Wright mentioned you might be up for a collab. I'm that data scientist, finance YouTuber, Andrew Mo Money. Would love to chat. If you're down for a one-on-one, this link works best. Okay, so I'm gonna send that out. Let's see if Meet Kevin responds after all of this crazy shenanigans. You guys ever met your heroes? People say not to, but I just can't avoid not meeting my heroes. I do remember Meet Kevin, Graham, Stefan along this journey trying to get up to their size. Wow, it's not easy. But at the same time, it is pretty cool to be able to learn alongside them too. Okay, sending this email. And now we're back to stonks. Joe Mama, thank you. Oh, Joe Mama, 2 super chats. Thank you so much. We got Friday GME closed at 101, forcing options contracts to expire and hit strike price. Make sure we have the, oops, there we go. Forcing options contracts to expire and hit strike price. This forces options to buy or sell, but they have 3 days to settle, P1. Next super. Today is the last day to settle. If they don't do something or get a good price, they have to buy at market value. This is great insight. Thank you for the super. Let's give Meatball a treat. Meatball the dog, Meatball the professor gets a treat every time you guys give him a super. Very cute. Oh, HG says, don't forget to mention Professor Meatball in the email. Well, I already sent it, so I guess I'm going to have to, because I'm going to have to try it a little later. Dumb question. What program am I using to track these stocks? Well, it's not a dumb question. This is WeBull. People have asked it 4 times in a row now, but that's okay. If you want to get your own WeBull app and up to 2 different stocks for free, then go ahead and click that in the description down below. It's a good time. It's a really nice little option for you there. Let's see. We got Jens 1988. Hey man, when is the next congressional hearing? Will I be streaming? Yes, I will be. It's gonna be in the beginning of March. Let me Google it and see if there's been an update. Next GME hearing. The obnoxiously loud mechanical keyboard is on purpose. Let's see. Next congressional hearing. GME hearing. Okay, so how about GameStop? Why do they have such a cheesy name too? GameStop. Who wins and loses when blah 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 collides? So this is the U.S. House and Congressional Services. Financial Services. Oh, hold on, it's a hearing page. Okay, so now I have the hearing page here. So if you guys are following along with me, oops, here is the chairwoman Maxine Waters right there. She's doing a smile, I think. So this was Thursday the 18th, 2021, and we're looking for the next one. How do you find this? Vinya says, I got 2 of the same stock when signing up for WeBull. I have tried to complain about them for this. I'm still waiting on my big complaint because I get a ton of the same stocks. Very annoying. What's my dog's name? His name is Meatball. He's Professor Meatball. He's not my dog. I'm actually his apprentice. So I'm currently running this YouTube channel until I'm ready to become a professor like he is. Let's see. Check naked yet? Sure. Scooter McDuder says, I got to meet my hero when I turned 2 and Batman showed up at my birthday party. It was pretty rad. The real Batman showed up at your birthday party? That's awesome. Wait, did you ask him about his secret identity? I hope you kept it secret. Joe Mama, another super. My belief and opinion is that tomorrow Blue McNeil, how dare you troll me? The short, sorry. Joe Mama says, my belief and opinion is that tomorrow will be the insane and today's closing will also be crazy. The short have a plan, a pain threshold. Once crossed, their spirit is broken. We will go to the moon. They certainly broke our spirits earlier, so our spirits are now resolved. Blue McNeil, thank you for the super. What app are we using to track the screen? JK, how about you give us your favorite voice impression? Ooh, my favorite voice impression? Some of you might know I'm a dungeon master, so I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm very bad at all voices. Probably I could do no, I can't do anything. I was gonna do a Kermit, but honestly, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. I tried. I almost embarrassed myself, and I didn't. I like if you guys watch Jack's films, I like his Kermit. That's pretty good. HG. I borrowed Death says 45,000 shares are available for GME compared to earlier today, back to 100,000. Okay. Dog is looking at me. Meatball always looks so. Hi. Meatball vibing. Meatball's adorable. He's so cute. Look at that. So cute. Let's see. Can I subscribe? So let me search for game. I'm not short sellers. Okay, it seems like there aren't any actual updates yet. Hearings, select an issue. Okay, yeah, that's way too much. Okay, well, we tried. It's going to be sometime early March, and I'm definitely going to be live streaming it, so don't you worry. We are currently still looking at GameStop Corgi event. Yes, I have. Meatball loves CorgiCon here in the Bay Area. Live stream your DM sessions? I do. If you want to watch my cringy Dungeons and Dragons games, go ahead and go to Twitch. I'm also Andrew Mo Money. The last symbol on these three symbols is Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. I'm pretty dead on TikTok, but I'm constantly looking at your dog photos on Instagram, so follow me there. And follow me on Twitch if you want to see my cringy D&D. It is literally only D&D and trivia. That's all I do there. So if you want to see financial content, you're not going to see any. It's just going to be D&D. Oh, boy. Critical Role hype. Oh, yeah. I'm partial to Not Another D&D podcast too. Matthew, I don't think so. Wait for a bit of a dip, maybe around $105. Not financial advice. I like to stuff crayons both the nostrils. Oh man. So GME still hovering around that $130 mark. Next hearing is 317. Oh, thank you so much. There we go. Well, we'll see you at 317. March 17th. Yeah, we'll see you guys at March 17th. That is going to be the next congressional hearing. Thank you guys. That's really helpful. My Kermit voice almost sounds like Barack Obama. Now I can almost do a good Barack Obama because that you have to start with like Michelle, and then you go because I'm from Chicago, so I'm not sure if his accent is Chicagoan, but it definitely goes like there. Do I watch Critical Role? Not a ton of Critical Role, but I do like the Barbarian on Critical Role. So I think that's my favorite character. If you ask me about not another D&D podcast, I got a lot of feelings about that. Let's see. Bro, I'm a new fan, says Oscar P. Let's go. Vanessa says, shout out from the Bay Area as well. Meatball is the tallest corgi in CorgiCon. This is true. This is a true facts. Let's see. You gangsta, bro. Thank you. Morgan says, if you like NADPOD, you should also give Dungeons and Daddies a try. Oh, I heard about this. It's about like they're all dads. You know what? I will. I'll start listening to that podcast because of you. Who gave me that recommendation? Morgan, thank you. I'll report back on whether or not how much I like Dungeons and Daddies. Let's see. Mattia, Gian Lombardo. You were right. Sold a small part of GME, took profit, and bought some cheap Neo shares. House money, baby. You are minimizing regret. That's how it is. Hello there, says Lord Weird. Lord Weird, thank you. Mods are in the house. Be careful. Hell yeah, I'm from Chicago too. Says eat 88K. Heck yeah. Grog, that's right. Grog is the barbarian's name. I started listening to that campaign where he dies, I think. Yeah, he touches the thing and then he dies immediately. I'm from Chicago too. Says a Queen too. Andy Tran, we can win. We will win. Show your power. Smash the like button. Andy Tran said it, not me. You guys got to smash, all 2,000 of you, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. We are here, and we are not getting used to it. We are here, and we are getting used to that. We are currently talking about GameStop, looking at the stonk, checking out the live chat. Who else is live streaming? Of course, it's Bruce and Matt. Big Bruce, Big Uncle Bruce, we're going to do a live stream together soon. Big Uncle Matt, we're going to do a live stream as well. Those guys are just cool bros, honestly. Cool bros. I've talked to Matt a couple times over the phone. He is very cool. Henry says, you can't say you can do a good accent and not do the accent. Okay, it's going to be like, Michelle, have you seen that Andy Mo? He's on the YouTube. I really like that Andy Mo. Hope he does my accent. It's not good at all. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't say I didn't do a good Obama. I wish I never started that. Army Joe 98 came for Professor Meatball. Stayed for your content. Send you a picture of my Chico on your Instagram. Army Joe, just send me your Instagram handle because I have a lot of dogs to wade through. But yes, I will look at your Chico soon. But let me find it. Oh my god! I don't think this is your dog. This dog would give my audience nightmares. So Romeov Gaming, I'm sorry, I can't show you this dog. It's a dog with like a wacky face, and it's like nothing wrong with it. I just don't want to like. It's clearly not his dog, is what I'm trying to say. Coco Samoyed from Surface Smurf. Didn't we already look at your dog, Surface Smurf? Well, anyway, this is Coco. Finally, Coco gets to show up on this chat. Thank you, Coco. Oh, man. Do you play RuneScape? I used to. What, you want to find me on RuneScape? Sure. I will go back into RuneScape for you if you want to if you want to sell free gold or something, whatever it is. The third bank of Goblin Town has a runic stock chart carved into the wall. It reads GME, appears unfinished. There's a chisel on the ground. Do you carve up or down to open the bank? Wow, that's good. That's good D&D GME lore right there. Mike McLaugh says, I know you don't want to commit to price predictions, Andrew, but do you see the dipping below 100 ever again until the squeeze? Yes. I think that we are going to see a dip below 100 because we saw that 90 was actually a solid level of support. So do I see it dipping below 90? Not far, because there's a free fall from 90 to 60. And that's the truth. There is very few points of resistance or support between 90 and 60. So if we ever dip too far below 90, we're going right back down to 60. That's not to say that it's time to panic. It's just that it is dangerous. So be careful. Anna thinks my Obama's okay. Thank you. Don't need to be negative, but it needs work. I agree. It definitely does need work. Uncle Bruce descended into commercials with Bruce for a hot minute. Commercials with Bruce. So he has like sponsorships? That's pretty cool. Let's see. How low do you think it will dip today? I want to buy 10K worth. So we see that 120 is the level of resistance here, a level of support and resistance that we've historically seen. It hasn't dipped below 120 for long today. It started at 116. It dipped below to 118 again. It seems like it's been on an upwards trend. Unlikely that it'll dip lower than 100 today, but I can't say how much higher than 100 it will dip today. And now I'm just doing too much price prediction, so I'm not going to talk about prices anymore. You got to start with my fellow Americans. You're right. Oh man, Blue McNeil, I appreciate the attempt. Show my dog. The Insta is Miss Detestable. Oh, that's cute. If you send me a picture, I will get to it eventually. Army Joe and Rocky is my Insta. There we go. Now let's look at Joe's dog. Coco the Samoyed from Surface Smurf. Surface Smurf has been a big part of the show for a while. Love Surface Smurf. Appreciate Surface Smurf. Thank you, Surface Smurf. Joe and Rocky. Joe. Aww. Look at that dog. Joe, is this your dog? Is this Rocky? Because that's adorable. I love Rocky. Joe, confirm whether or not this is your dog. Bunny goes, Hop, since you're a Tesla bull, what's your prediction on when it will go when it breaks its ATH? Ooh, I was wrong about Tesla already. I don't want to be more wrong. Where is Tesla right now, actually? 700. Yeah, actually, so let's see how high I got. 710 today. 716. Can't really speak to Tesla. I'm done with price predictions. I can barely do them for GME, and I've been looking at GME for so long. But all we know is that GME, the squeeze, baby. That's why we don't need to worry about price predictions, because the squeeze is on its way. Andrew is not a financial advisor. My decisions I'm buying on my own. Talking to you, SEC. Thank you, Mike. Get that SEC bot out of here. Corey says, check out my kid's dog from Sugar from Foster City. Sent you a message on Instagram. I will get to it one of these days. To give you a sense of which dog I'm currently on, I'm currently on like last Thursday's dogs. So we are, we'll get to your dog in like a week. Derek Bradshaw, in 5 to 10 years, GME will be a powerhouse in digital market. Mary Lou Mason, thank you for the super. AMC failed to deliver on shares. Can you explain what that means? Love how you love Meatball. Aw, had to put my own buddy down last week. No, Mary Lou. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for the super. Let us pull up that counter. Who is this person? Let's pull up this counter DD about failed to delivers and pull up Josh's DD about failed to delivers to cover that question. Endgame DD. This is Josh. If you guys weren't aware, he actually showed up on this show over the weekend. That's how much of a cool guy Josh is. And he covered a lot of stuff, but mainly he also covered fail to delivers. Here we go. So, naked shorting is not always illegal. If it is legal if the market makers are able to deliver the shorted shares within a given time period, and now it gets really juicy. The reason why it failed to deliver is an interesting concept is because you are essentially shorting shares that you haven't borrowed just yet. You are borrowing sells from the future, but there is no actual share that has an actual like number or an ID or like a share that physically exists. And that's the idea of naked shorting. Now it is legal for some reason, until you fail to deliver. The process of creating shares via naked shorting creates an obvious imbalance in the market as the sell side is artificially increased with naked short shares, or more accurately, counterfeit shares. Time limits are imposed that dictate how long the sold share can be naked. For a stock market investor or trader, that time limit is 3 days. According to SEC rules, if the broker-dealer has not allocated a share to borrow, they are supposed to take cash in the short account and purchase a share in the open market. This is called a buy-in. It is supposed to maintain the total number of shares in the marketplace equal to the number of shares the company has issued. All right, so that is the idea of failing to deliver. Market makers have special exemptions from this rule, and I believe that the counter DD countered this idea that they're allowed to carry a naked short for up to 21 days. So that's why failed to delivers are getting into the midst of the news right now. Back to it. Back to the stonk, actually. Let's go back all the way to the stonk. 123. It was pushing 132.40 earlier. That's what we like about that stonk. We see that the price is trying to struggle at that $120 support level and see if it bounces off. Tozask says, love NBA. Hey, Andrew, can I check out NAKD? Yeah, sure, we can check out Naked. So a couple of you are asking about it. Let's see. Lottery Stock says, hey, drop some comments. Hope you didn't see. Hopefully you see this one. GameStop has a big head and shoulders reversal. Also, my dog on Instagram is shuda.c. We will check out your dog soon. Ooh, big head and shoulders reversal. How far do I have to zoom out to be able to see that? But great. Thank you for the contribution. That's why we're talking in the live chat, because you guys are a big, smart, big brain apes in here. Chris Merck says, so Max and Trey were hinting they want to do a stream with all three of you guys. Think if you guys could pull that off the 19th, that would be amazing. Only non-financial advisors I trust. That would be pretty cool, yeah. The Stonk Symposium should be happening the week leading up to the 19th. So you guys be prepared for that. It's Avengers Endgame. We are about to have a proper Endgame scenario here. Oh man, I'm so sorry that you had to put down Buddy last week. Oh, Army Joe says, it's Chico. Rocky is my wife. Joe, I'm sorry I called you the dog Rocky when the dog's name is Chico. Frosty Matrix, one man, one tweet for hashtag GME. Do it, Elon, and make it squeeze. Oh, and what the hell is going on in the world? Lady Gaga had her dog stolen with her dog walker getting shot. People keep talking about it. People keep talking about it. Find those dogs. Find Lady Gaga's dogs. Let's see. Hey, bro. On the 580 West, headed to Oakland. The show today. Love the show today. Keep up the good work. Says Batman still rising. I appreciate that. Bay Area locals. Let's see. Razal says, imagine it's all a government scheme to get back the stimulus they are handing out, so they're reaping you of your taxes. That would be funny if the government had that much control, but they have no power here. Let's see. Yo, Andrew, I'm still here supporting you, my guy. Much love. Adric, how's Albert? Let me know. I'm worried about him. He looks like a shivering dog last time I saw him in his hoodie. Hey, Andrew Mo Money, I'll drop a like for a shout out, says Wrath of the Noob. Hey, just like Wrath of the Noob, we're always keeping track of the live stream here. So shout out to you, Wrath of the Noob. Go ahead and like this video. It feeds the meatball. It gives you a happy, warm feeling that you are sharing this video with the apes in the world. Means a lot to me. Yeah. Finance, TCETSA. Hi, Andrew. What do you think about the AMC and BB stock potential will be? We talked about the short-term potential very recently, so zoom up a little bit in the live stream, and we will be talking about the Quadruple Witching Day. What is going on for March 19th for GME? Well, the two videos I will point you to is one is the Endgame DD Fundamentally Flawed, which is the video I just came out with. I think that will honestly provide one of the best updates about Josh's excellent DD and also the caveats that we need to make sure we understand for Josh's DD. Javier Lopez, get a collab with Uncle Bruce, Trey, Andrew Mo, and meet Kevin. I'm sure your convo would be dope and informative. I think so too. I can't wait to see how dope it is because I think all of those people are pretty dope. Oh man, do I love some lukewarm / getting cold coffee in the morning. How is RKT? RKT was up 20% last time I checked. Let's check again. Where'd it go? Oh, here. RKT is up 20%. It's still holding tight at 20% up. Hard to beat 20% up. Let's put it at the top of our chart. And then let's keep looking at GME. Let's see if there's any news on GME. GameStop bounces after the open, adding to the recent sharp gains. Okay. This is all stuff from like a while ago. Okay. 2,000 of you, how's it going? Welcome to the Meatball Army. If you want to get your MBA, all you need to do is drop a Meatball sub, which is just hitting that subscribe button on your way down. And also check out some of the other links because honestly, you are pretty smart. I think you can figure out how to press a link and go where the link leads you. Wink, wink. Eyebrow, eyebrow. We are also talking about GameStop right now. We saw a high of 132 earlier today. That's not a bad rise on the day. And we are now seeing a minor dip into 123 after a little bit of struggling. Bounced off 120, which we predicted. It is the resistance and support level that we have marked out before. And we are now feeling good. We are feeling good. Andrew, what do you think about Twitter? I put in a put option for 326. They released some bad news and they're dropping. Twitter is pretty much an institution at this rate. Hard to say that Twitter is anything but like a solid bet. So that said, No idea. Haven't done my due diligence on Twitter yet. But that's just my gut feeling. Ken Fabio, having some Phil's filtered soul while listening and heading to work. Shout out to Ken Fabio in the Bay Area. Oh, man. Phil's is good. Missed the Bay Area. Yeah, Clash with the Pokemon Master. Is it a good idea to buy GME still? You know that the little RuneScape logo down here means I cannot give you financial advice. However, a lot of people are in. A lot of people are in. So if you want to, it's up to you. If you don't want to, it's up to you. It's always up to you. Okay, let's see. We had a subscriber account. Actually, I was going to say high, but it actually isn't the highest. We got 2,200 subs yesterday alone, which is actually not the highest. The highest that was 2,259 subs, and that was back when GME was up 100%. And I think that's the same day that I did something like a collaboration or something. But we are trying to drive this train up to 30,000 subscribers. We are on the journey to 30,000 subscribers. We started this journey 2 days ago, and we're already like 40% of the way there. Well, 32% of the way there. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and show your support, because it would mean a lot to me. It certainly would. We're currently looking at the GameStop stonk right now. Bay Area, Richmond, California, says J. Alfredo Cervantes. Shout out to you. We got Ales McIntyre. Don't sell AMC yet. These few weeks, if not this year, looks very promising. I'm holding myself. Now let's talk about some doomsday AMC shenanigans, right? The risk and reward to AMC currently is, I would say, differently favorable than you might imagine. You might think that the theaters open up, everyone watches some Raya, maybe. Actually, that's coming out in like actually it might come out in theaters, but everyone watches some, a Black Widow, right? Everyone watches some other Pixar movie that's coming out soon, right? And the movies are good. They're filled to capacity at 25%. What's stopping a major outbreak from happening, even if the theaters are filled to 25% capacity? What's stopping from a second shutdown as we are starting to move into summer and people are starting to get careless, right? You're trusting, if you're like, can I trust people to hold until 100,000 for GME? Well, can you trust the entire world to avoid setting off another part of the pandemic so that AMC theaters can stay open? That is the question here. So I don't want to be the Nostradamus of AMC, but one of the biggest dangers of AMC right now is that we can't predict how the pandemic is going to affect the movie theaters, even if New York is opening up theaters at 25% capacity next week. James Sparks says, I can confirm that Meet Kevin said on stream he'd be open to working with you. He didn't specify if it was a live stream collab, but definitely gave a positive response. P.S. Sup to my Bay Area apes. Meet Kevin. He's giving us the time of day. I like that. He's a big guy. Although I'm surprised he's only 28. That's crazy. G Bag Nulo. Andrew, loving the movement on FSR today. Any insights you can share with us, apes? FSR, let's give it a look. Fisker. Fiskers don't make noise when they start up, just saying. Top of the whole world. Okay, so today it's up 13%. I wonder if it's because of some of the Lucid information. Here we go. Here's how the EV rivals are and aren't alike. Fisker CEO tweets about passing 13,000 Ocean EV reservations. Whew. Okay, so this is a lot of news about Fisker right now that comes at a head. Let's do this. Let's do that. So we're looking at Fisker. Here's how the EV rivals are and aren't alike. I think they might have some Fisker information in here too. Fisker is maintained at overweight by Morgan Stanley. That's just a day ago. Groupon, Fisker, and GTT Communications among losers. Ooh, okay. What I can say now is that if you are you're trying to buy into Fisker, this feels like a runaway stock already. Right? Fisker is a company that isn't brand new. It's not like it has like a ton of It's not like it has the news working for it, and if you try to buy it now, it's likely going to be overbought very soon as people try to jump in on a trend. Remember, buy low, sell high, right? We were remembering that. Right now, it's pretty dang high, but we should also read some of the news. Whoa, CNBC. Let's see. The company is charting a different path where electric vehicle charging and advertising are concerned. Porsche, Audi, General Motors, and other established automakers are trying to take on Tesla with splashy new electric vehicles, but the first real competition from any upstart may come from Lucid Motors, a company run by former chief engineer on the Tesla Model S. We're going to go back to GameStop in a second. Lucid CEO Peter Rawlinson is following his former boss Elon Musk's playbook when it comes to production, some technology, dealerships, and service, but it's charting a different path on electric vehicle charging stations, automated driving systems, and advertising. Manufacturing. So unlike some newer electric vehicles, Lucid plans to manufacture all of its vehicles in-house, like Tesla does. If you guys have been to the Tesla factory, the tours are pretty cool. I think all you need is like a friend that works at Tesla, or maybe you can even be on the wait list. The simple fact is that the manufacturing, ensuring the quality of our product is right, is too precious, too critical an activity to entrust. Is there any information about Fisker here? Lucid has struck a deal with LG Chem. Price and battery efficiency. Okay, Lucid Air is going to be a catalyst. It's going to sell the high-end version for $169,000. Now, can you believe dropping $600,000 on a high-class like Model S, basically? This is half the price for a Model S sedan. Seems expensive. Seems expensive, and they haven't sold a single car. I don't think this is going to cover Fisker very much. Self-driving tech, Rawlinson, and Tesla. This actually might be a pretty interesting article to cover just in general, Lucid versus Tesla. You know what? I'm gonna come back to this right now. We're gonna keep looking at a little bit more GameStop so that we appease the GameStop gods. But in a second, I also want to cover some this article in more depth. Okie doke. Crispy Stock says, hey, if you want to look at what happened in Quadruple Witching days, look at my YouTube from 2 months ago titled 500,000. Yeah, check out other finance YouTubers. Rising tides raises all ships. I'm happy to shout you guys out. Let's see. LMAO, if only people stayed inside for the first 14 days a year ago. Oh, man. There was not enough communication back then. The fact that AMC has been open all over the country, yes. A lot of us cost average above 150 have been happy holding GME for 5 weeks. Anybody else getting in now will be a better position than we've been. True that. 250 plus club. Where are we at? Let's see. Sup, James. Okay, now I'm back. I think I've already covered everybody. JJ says, love the show, Mr. Money. Amanda and I have subscribed. You and Amanda are real apes. Welcome to the NBA. Welcome to the Meatball Army. It's because they dropped their Meatball sub down there and press that subscribe button. That's awesome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kevin Harrison. That is just hedge funds trying to manipulate the stonk. Just got more AMC on the dip. Feed Doggo. Sure, let's feed the Doggo. My like count button counter is broken, but I'm assuming we have like 1,200 likes or something. Smash that like button so that other apes can find out about this video. If you guys like the thumbnail, I included the artist link down in the description, and they gave me permission to use it. What a cool community, honestly. Awesome art from that guy. Oak7115. I saw an SEC report that said AMC failed to deliver 1.9 million shares first half of February. What does that mean? We talked about fail to deliver before, but that is essentially naked shorting and then not being able to find a stock that matches the short that doesn't exist. Here is how shorts work in 10 seconds. I want to sell something, but I don't have it, so I borrow it from you and I sell it. And then if you want it back later, I will give it back, but I have to buy it from you, so from someone else, and then give it back to you. Now, that's a normal short. It's because I borrowed it from you. But let's say I want to sell a stock, I don't have it, and I can't find someone to borrow it from. I can naked short or counterfeit short because right now that just exists as a possibility. Because our institutions are crazy and our system is crazy too. A counterfeit short is I sell a stock I don't have, I didn't borrow it from anyone, and now I have a deadline, probably like up to like 3-ish days to find someone to borrow it from, so that when I sold a stock I didn't have, it didn't turn out that I was just depreciating the stock price for no reason. However, failing to deliver means that, hey, oops, you are in trouble because you didn't find a person to borrow from within the time limit. So there you go. That's failure to deliver. Nearly 2,000 likes. Let's go, guys. Let's push it to 2,000 likes. We are on the journey to 30,000 subscribers. Already 32% there, and it's only been 2 days. I think our growth is good. Let's get us up there. Let's go. H Bar says, never sell at a loss. My kids will inherit this stock. If you guys saw, I put out a whole video about never selling at a loss. Let me know what you guys thought about that video. It was kind of out there, but it definitely does, it does jive with what a lot of you thought. So maybe I have to work on the title or maybe the thumbnail. Pet the dog, says Taylor Maybach. Here you go, buddy. Here's a little pet for you. Here's a little pet. He's a good dog. Such a good dog. Kyle White says, I'm listening to this while making a peanut butter brownies at work. I'm a line cook, but I stop to look whenever you feed Meatball because Meatball equals Bay. Yes. You know what? Let's give Meatball a treat just for that comment. Thank you so much for supporting the chat, especially those of you at work, especially those of you who don't have the ability to work from home, essential workers and people who just need to stand all day and put in the time. Hopefully we are building wealth education for you specifically. We're hoping to have you learn the ins and outs of the financial market so that one day we can pay you back for the amount of work that you guys are doing for us. Someone has to do all the jobs in the world, and we owe you big time. Andrew, watch it run now. RSI back over 50. Oh, yes. Well, still hovering at 48. But we are looking at GameStop at 124. RSI is only just one indicator, of course. So we are looking at that for bearish and bullish momentum. It's on discount right now. Meatball is so adorable, says Anna Marie Mendoza. What happens if you own a stock and the stock company goes out of business? Then you get nothing. You get nothing, Charlie. You get nada. You lose. Goodbye. Good day, sir. Yes, if you short a stock to an extent, or perhaps if the company just does so bad that it goes bankrupt, you get nothing, even if you bought it at whatever price you bought. That's why a long position is less risky. Even though you get nothing, you end up with a total amount you could possibly lose. If I bought a GameStop stock right now, I stand to lose $124, no more. Because if GameStop goes out of business, that's all I lost, $124. Now, if I shorted GameStop by borrowing it from you and selling it, I stand to lose infinite money because GameStop could go as high as, well, probably not infinity, but as high as 100,000. I never expected to lose $100,000, and yet if I short GameStop and GameStop goes to the moon, that's exactly what the hedge funds stand to lose. If no one's explained it yet, there you go. That's what we're trying to do here. Let's see. So that's the answer for Sydney Goozes. Jim Shearer says selling a loss is like selling used video games to GameStop. Okay. Oh man. And it's gone. Getting vaccine next week due to being restaurant employee. Ken Fabio, get that vaccine. You deserve it. Giving us the good foods. You stole my fuzzy lifting drinks. You get nothing, Charlie. Dose of reality was nice, Andrew. There, you get all the dose of reality here. I think GameStop is going to be here if we can do a quick Tesla and Neo video. Sorry, Tesla and Lucid video. So let's make sure that we take a look at CCIV. Okay, I promise this is going to take like 10 minutes max. Okay, so you guys stay there. All 2,000 of you, hit that like button. Stay there. Don't move. Here we're going to do Lucid. Okay, So what did I do last time? I did Tesla. And then Tesla is down 2%. CCIV is down 5%. Okay. Here we go. How's it going, guys? If you guys want to go vroom vroom, unfortunately this is not the video for you because these electric vehicles make no sound. We are talking about CCIV, we're talking about Tesla, and we're talking about why Lucid and Tesla are not that similar. So we have the stonk right above on the top left and a couple of articles on the bottom left. We see that CCIV is down 5% today. This is after being down for a significant amount of time. It had I mapped out previous levels of resistance and support. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little deeper. You see that the level of resistance at the highest level when it peaked after the merger, the merger information, the rumor, and then the official news that CCIV was going to do a SPAC with Lucid Motors, it peaked at around $63 and change, and then it had a major sell-off. That major sell-off came from the idea that one, CCIV and Lucid Motors haven't really sold a single car, and so without any revenue, can it really be worth the amount of money it is currently worth? From falling down to that level, it met a level of support at $34.46 and then dipped even lower. On the 24th of February, it dipped down to $26.18 at its lowest, and now it is trading sideways with a couple of humps along the way. Unfortunately, it is still down 5% on today. Tesla's doing a little bit better, but not by too much. It was up to $800 on Chinese New Year. I know because I bought in at that time, so I do have 3 stocks of Tesla, and as I am reading this article while telling you this is not financial advice, you should keep that in mind. Tesla is at $700 right now and had dipped as low as $620 before bouncing back and making pretty big volatile waves, just long undulating waves you might be doing at a baseball stadium. Now it is hovering around $700. That's down 2% on the day, but that's enough about these two stocks and where they're going. Currently, we have to understand a little bit more about how they are rivals and how they are and aren't alike. Lucid, which announced plans last week to go public through a reverse merger, is expected to pose real competition to the electric vehicle pioneer Tesla. Thus far, Lucid is following Tesla's playbook when it comes to manufacturing, sales, and service. The company is charting a different path where electric vehicle charging and advertising are concerned. Porsche, Audi, General Motors, and other established automakers are trying to take on Tesla with splashy new electric vehicles, but the first real competition from any upstart may come from Lucid Motors, a company run by a former chief engineer on the Tesla Model S. Stole their talent, and now they're trying to steal their market share. Currently, they haven't sold a car yet, though, because as you'll find out, they are pretty darn different from Tesla's market. Lucid CEO Peter Rawlinson is following his former boss Elon Musk's playbook when it comes to production, some technology, dealerships, and service. I taught you everything I knew. I taught you about the dark side, and how dare you betray me. But it's charting a different path on electric vehicle charging stations, automated driving systems, and advertising. Here's how Lucid, which announced plans last week to go public through a SPAC deal, and Tesla compare with each other. Manufacturing. Unlike some newer electric vehicle companies, Lucid plans to manufacture all of its vehicles in-house like Tesla does today. And if you have ever seen Tesla's factories, and this is Lucid Motors factories, it looks a lot like Tesla's factories, but if you have never seen one of Tesla's factories here in the Bay Area, a tour involves a trolley. You have to go on a tram, and it's just a whole day's worth. It's basically like going inside Disneyland. Rawlinson believes vertically integrating manufacturing is the way to go, he said in an interview. The comments echoed remarks on a Lucid investor call last week. The simple fact is that manufacturing, ensuring the quality of our product is right, is too precious, too critical an activity to entrust to a third party, he told investors. We have to control our own destiny. Honestly, at this point, Rawlinson is sounding a lot like a case of main character syndrome. Lucid is building a brand new greenfield car plant in Arizona, which costs billions of dollars. When Tesla began its own vehicle assembly, it took over the NUMMI NUMMI factory that once was home to General Motors and Toyota Motor in California. There's a friendly face there. Lucid struck a deal with LG Chem to supply battery cells, the most costly part of any electric vehicle for its standard battery packs for the Air. The company said it would announce additional suppliers in the future. Tesla already has deals with Panasonic, Samsung, LG, and CATL for cell supply for both its battery packs and energy storage products, including the Powerwall. Lucid said it has plans to manufacture energy storage products, both home batteries and utility scale devices too, but Lucid won't have the distraction and capital burdens of running a solar business like Tesla has done since acquiring SolarCity in the fall of 2016. Tesla's history with battery supply partners could prove an advantage for Tesla near term. Although through its long-standing partnership with Panasonic, Tesla locked in undisclosed pricing terms as well as investments from the Japanese battery maker. Together, they own and operate a massive battery plant outside of Reno, Nevada. Tesla makes the battery packs for its vehicles on one side of the factory while Panasonic produces cells. However, Tesla told investors in September it started producing its own cells at the pilot plant in Fremont, California as well. A lot of back and forth, but just so that parts are being found and they're being invested in. Lucid expects to produce more than 500,000 vehicles per year by 2030. Musk, who is known for stating ambitious plans but missing self-imposed deadlines, said that Tesla will probably produce 20 million electric vehicles a year before 2030. Originally, Tesla had tried, and now it doesn't seem like it's even trying to make self-imposed deadlines. Last year, Tesla produced 500,000 electric vehicles with deliveries shy of 500,000, even amid a global slowdown in auto sales due to the COVID pandemic. People are sitting down and saying, I don't have to commute anymore. I should buy a Tesla. Price and battery efficiency. Rawlinson expects the Lucid Air to be the catalyst for a lineup of future all-electric vehicles, including SUVs starting production in early 2023 and more affordable vehicles down the line. To start, Lucid plans to sell a high-end version of its Lucid Air sedan, the Dream Edition, for $169,000. Now, as funny as that number is, how crazy is that? By comparison, Tesla sells its Model S sedan for just less than half the price for the base model and $139,000 for the highest end Plaid and version, without adding Tesla's $10,000 premium software upgrade. By 2022, Lucid is expected to offer a version of the Air beginning at $77,000, which would directly compete with several Tesla models. However, it's still probably not going to compare with the Model 3. The pricing excludes federal tax credits worth up to $7,500 that are available to Lucid customers, but not Tesla buyers today. I was at the very cusp of buying a Tesla when the $7,500 was still available to those buyers. Unfortunately, that is going to be a big incentive for Lucid instead of Tesla. It's unclear at this time just how low Lucid pricing could go after its first two vehicles are out of the market. Rawlinson said that the company's next planned vehicle platform will be the base for less expensive models in the $40,000 to $45,000 range, but he's not sure the company will ever offer a vehicle for around $25,000, which Musk said Tesla intends to do. In the longer and fuller timescale, do we actually make $25,000 car like Tesla's planning to do with the Model 2? Rawlinson said, my view is, as a company, I think we're probably 7 or 8 years away from being able to contemplate something like that. That's a huge undertaking. Like Tesla, they are going to make an expensive car first, and then they're going to try and make it cheaper and cheaper. Rawlinson claims Lucid has industry-leading battery technology for its vehicles. His main measure is the efficiency of Lucid's batteries by miles per kilowatt hour driven. Lucid says its vehicles are capable of more than 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour, while the company says Tesla's Model S long range is greater than 4. So, if you guys are still with us, EV charging, Lucid has no plans to build and operate its own charging network like Tesla has done with the superchargers, according to Rawlinson. Do we want to have the capital burden of a fast charging network? No, we can go asset light in that. That's where we can save money. For saving money, just like watching this channel, go ahead and smash that like button for me because that's what we are here to do. Instead of building its own vehicle charging infrastructure, Lucid has partnered with Volkswagen-owned Electrify America, which expects to have 800 total charging station sites with almost 3,500 chargers by the end of the year. Tesla currently operates more than 20,000 superchargers globally, according to its website. Lucid, like Tesla, will offer customers home charging devices, still seeming like it's copying play-by-play Tesla's strategy. Self-driving tech. When it comes to developing driverless vehicle technology, Elon Musk has famously called LiDAR, or light ranging and detection sensors, a fool's errand. The sensors work by using pulsed lasers to to create something like a live 3D map of a vehicle's surroundings that can be read by onboard computer systems. If you guys drive a Tesla, you know that there is animation of the LiDAR system. Many autonomous systems engineers believe LiDAR is critical for making cars truly driverless. Instead of LiDAR, Tesla's driver assist systems and long-awaited self-driving features rely on a host of other onboard cameras and sensors, including radar. Rawlinson believes the choice is a mistake. Do we think that LiDAR should be part of the sensor suite for autonomous vehicles? Yes, we do, says Rawlinson. There are a lot of different metrics for why these companies are diverging. A lot of safety risks, a lot of accuracy risks, but most importantly, this is now one of the biggest ways that these two, beef-having enemies, these rivals, are changing their technology suite. Lucid has said that the Air sedan, which is delayed from this spring to the second half of this year, will use LiDAR in its sensor suite for advanced driver assist systems. The company expects the technology to set a new benchmark for the industry. Very scary that they have already been delayed, and this is an important part of why CCIV started to tank. Tesla sells a premium advanced automated driving system for its vehicles for $10,000 today, with plans to roll out a subscription option too. While it is marketed as self-driving, full self-driving, the system's features do not enable a truly driverless, hands-free, and unsupervised ride. Instead, FSD enables features beyond Tesla's standard autopilot package. This will include smart navigation, automatic lane changing, and smart summon. With smart summon, a driver can call their car out of the parking lot using their mobile phone like a remote control, and that honestly is still pretty cool. Tesla vehicles lack a robust driver monitoring system which can detect whether a driver is using their systems responsibly. Meanwhile, Lucid has promised to include a driver monitoring system in its vehicles that will ensure drivers are using their advanced automated driving systems as prescribed, staying attentive to the road and their surroundings, ready to manually steer at any time. Almost done. Most importantly, it's about perception. Like I always say, advertising and sales. Tesla has become one of the world's best known automotive brands without the use of traditional advertising. It has instead generated hype and attention through splashy events, non-traditional social media engagement, Tesla online forums and owners clubs, and nearly constant engagement by Elon Musk himself with fans and shareholders. Musk has cultivated a following of 50 million on Twitter, for example. Lucid, by contrast, ran a national television campaign from December 25th to January for the Air to generate awareness of the company and vehicle. Rawlinson said that the campaign wasn't necessarily a part of Lucid's plan until the coronavirus pandemic last year forced the company to cancel several events. So entirely different plans for their public personas as well. I thought, well, dang it, I'm gonna have to, because we couldn't get the message out. So we had a little foray into that, and I think that's been quite positive. So I didn't rule out just because Tesla doesn't do it. Lucid also embraces Tesla's direct-to-consumer sales and service models instead of selling through traditional franchise dealerships. Lucid already has 6 retail locations open in California and Florida and plans to operate 20 retail locations and service centers in North America by the end of this year. In addition to selling its vehicles online, Tesla has about 160 retail locations in the US, according to its website. Well, what do you think? After that long, comprehensive, full analysis of Tesla versus Lucid Motors, what do you guys think is going to be the better play in the weeks ahead, in the months ahead, in the quarters ahead, and finally through the pandemic and beyond? I want to know in the comments down below. I want you guys to know that Meatball appreciates every single like, so if you can boop his snoot and boop, give him a like, give this video a subscribe, click that bell button so you don't miss out another live stream or another video just like this one analyzing the stock market, because each time you watch another video, it's an investment in yourself, learning a little bit more and finding that financial freedom. For now, but not for forever, I appreciate you guys. Peace. Gio Franco, thank you for the super. Woo! That was a long article. He says, do you think it's too late to get on in microvision? Okay, MVIS, let's take a look. Thank you guys for being patient. 1,800 of you in here. Lost 300 people who only want to hear about GME. I did put out a poll. The poll is a question of, here's the results of the poll. Some of you have already seen it. What do you look forward to most on this channel these past few days? I think this is my most responded to poll with 1,800 votes. 28% says more GME, nothing until we moon. 13% says more AMC, so that's roughly half the number of people are only interested in AMC. 39%, so 40% of all people are interested in AMC and GME. So if you add that together, that's 40% plus 40%. That's 80% of all people only want to see GME and AMC. If you are part of the small minority, that's okay. This channel is not supposed to be a GME and AMC only channel, even though some of the titles and thumbnails may confuse you. We are really here to build strong foundations in investments and help you be able to become a smart investor. 5% of people says that they don't want to see AMC or GME, and then finally 14% says they like stocks generally. So that is the result of that survey. And now let's look at another super from Brandon Turner. Thank you for the super. Hey Andrew, love the content. I'm in between getting into DS or BI. I just became a lead tiered patron. How do I accept the guides? Hey, all you need to do is join the Discord. And the way to join the Discord, all of you, if you're interested in joining the Discord, is going to the channel. You see how there is like don't hate, donate. We have a Patreon, and then we have at the very last button. Can you guys see that? The very last button. Let me zoom in. So we have don't hate, donate, we have Patreon, Instagram, my website, and then we have free Discord. You press it, you join it, you talk to Meatball and Andrew specifically, and then that's it. And then you talk to me, and then I will give you special permissions to give you the DS Data Science Bible Guide. Okay, that's about data science. We are still talking about the stonk because we like it so dang much. Alice McKinter says, Andrew, just wanted to say your kind words and thorough explanations are so valuable and refreshing. Hope you continue to grow, staying happy and healthy. Cheers from California. I appreciate that so much, Alice. That really means a lot to me. Thank you for saying that. Oh man, that's just the kind of positive energy that keeps me going. Oh, it is 9 a.m. It is time for me to say I'll see you guys on Trey's channel. I'll put up on the community page about exactly when that's going to happen. So keep in mind that I'll be on Trey's Trades later today. I'll also be live streaming on my own channel, if not later today because I'm going on Trades. I will also see you on Market Open tomorrow. And if I don't see you before that, have an awesome day. Make sure to click the links down below because it helps out a lot. Make sure that all 1,700 of you have already smashed that subscribe button, because if you're here and you're spending part of your day with us, I think you already have invested a ton in yourself, and I would appreciate you taking the full step, committing, and bringing yourself into the Meatball Army. That's what we call a Meatball sub. For now, but not for forever. I'm gonna have to really see you guys next time. Hope you have a nice day. Peace.